this thing working?
I think it is. I think it is.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Hello.
Matt, Clint, and who's this? Oh, Charlie. And you are watching Meet the Pressers with our special guest, Charlie Cook. And we got a bunch of other awesome guests coming on too. And we're going to just go Free Willy and see how, Free Willy? Yeah, we're going to have fun. How's that? And our special Christmas show.
Yeah, tonight we're celebrating Christmas and all the holidays that people celebrate. And we want to wish everyone there out in TV land a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And thank you for joining us and spending some time with us to have a little bit of fun. It's kind of a year-end wrap-up for a lot of us. It's been a crazy year for Matt and I, and I'm sure Charlie has some things to add to that statement. And we're glad to be here. Charlie, thanks for coming on, brother.
Thanks for having me on. I always feel like I'm playing catch-up over here. Just trying to see what you guys are doing and keep myself up. And I got to tell you, before we bring our first guest in, and Matt, so you do a radio show, right? At like 6 a.m. on Wednesdays?
Yeah, I do.
Or Tuesdays?
Wednesday.
Well, I got to tell you, after the shooting at the Catholic Church in Minneapolis, I listened to the local talk show, and I was listening to the afternoon drive guy to see if he was going to talk about it because I wanted to call in, and he didn't, other than it was news. I sent him an email that night. I said, hey, listen, if you ever want to talk about gun stuff, I'd like to be your guy. Here's my bona fides and instructor and yada, 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 and YouTube channel and blogger and all this stuff. So the guy wrote back to me and he says, it sounds great. When do you want to do a show? How often do you want to do it? I'm like, whoa, awesome. I didn't expect him to say yes. So I started doing this segment on the local radio station. It's called WTAG, and we do Freedom Fridays at 4.
That's awesome, dude.
That's
good.
Fantastic.
And I was like, man, Matt Mallory's doing a radio show every week. I should do a radio show every week.
See, I tell this to instructors all the time, especially folks that are out there marketing their own business. You've got to connect and speak to the media because they don't get to speak to people like us.
Yep.
And the majority of gun folk, whatever that means, want to do this with the media. And yeah, there definitely are some people in the media that maybe can be problematic, but ultimately, where are they going to get their information from? Either Giffords or Everytown or from Charlie Cook. So I applaud you for reaching out to him. That was fantastic.
Well, thanks. Yeah. I'm pretty excited about it. And what's really cool is he sent me some emails. He's like, some of the people are writing in and saying that they dig it, which is really cool. I had one of my friends send me a message. She's like, dude, I just heard you on the radio. That's totally awesome.
Yeah, it gives you credibility locally too. I mean, I'll have people that'll seek me out at gun shows just to shake my hand, and and clearly they're gonna, when they look at you locally, they're gonna say, well, this person's on the radio, so he's credible.
He must know something. Yeah,
exactly. And I get a lot of customers from it. It's free time I'm giving them, but
it's right. So what we did was, the first couple of weeks, it's Charlie from Riding Shotgun with Charlie. And then about 3 weeks into it, it was kind of a slow week. And he's like, let's talk about what people need to do to get their license. I'm like, nah, you're talking. Let's go. Exactly. Let's get some people taking classes. Anyway.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
So you're inspiring me, Matt.
Mike Pivovarsky just texted me and said my audio is low. So I just adjusted it. So hopefully that's a little bit better there for
He texted
people.
Me too. I was ignoring him.
Yeah, good to hear from you, Mike.
He didn't text me.
No. He'd be afraid you'd show up at his house.
So I can see in our guest room or waiting room or whatever, he's still working on his microphone. Looks like it's set. Should we bring in our first guest?
We can do that. We can absolutely do that. Dun dun dun. Drum roll, please.
Test 1, 2.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, nice.
Oh, how about that now?
Yeah, that's substantial.
Big difference, huh?
Yeah,
Someone told me to get this microphone for podcasts, and I had it on my other computer. So there we go.
Well, welcome, Mike Seeklander.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
So for people that don't know who Mike is, you just need to look him up, Google him. He's kind of a big deal. He's an amazing instructor, a very accomplished educator and competitive shooter, and just overall great human being with a background of service. And he happens to be now the newest member, maybe not necessarily the newest, but one of the new members of Delta Defense. He's the director of training for the United States Concealed Carry Association. Welcome, Mike. It's good to have you here, man.
I am, and thank you all for having me on. I hope you guys are having a great night. You sound like you're having fun, and I was like, I hope I
Trying.
can get this working so I can jump on and
Let's
join
get this
the fun.
mic going here. Come on.
Well, I can tell you what. There's one thing that the three of us always do is have fun. I think that's a given.
Yeah.
So
Well,
glad
Clint,
you're
not
here.
everybody has like a
Absolutely.
sound studio in their basement and all the professional equipment that you have behind you. Some of us little guys just have one little microphone or a camera and stuff like that. So
Well, it's interesting enough. What I'm with everything I have, I'm still running just like an old low def video camera.
nice.
Yeah.
Nope,
So-
nobody's going to accuse you of overcompensating, Clint.
Yeah. Well.
The big gear you got.
Yeah.
Look at all those
Somebody.
buttons and-
Might.
look at all the buttons and lights behind him. Look at
I
all
know.
that.
Ooh,
Yeah,
pretty
it's
lights. I'll mess it up. I'll be
Here,
like,
here,
what's
here.
this do? What's that do? What's
There,
that do?
Yeah.
There, I'll give you
Wow.
that.
Oh my gosh. Look
Yeah.
at that.
See now, behind that glass is a tracking room with drums and.
Yep.
Casting couches back there.
No, the casting couch is to my left.
Over there.
Well,
He's not. That's on the OnlyFans channel.
no, seriously. Like when Hillary Clinton said, "I'm shocked and appalled." Like casting couch is taught in film school. That's like a thing, man. It's. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but that's how it works in Hollywood, man.
That's
Good
how
for
you roll,
somebody,
right?
not good for others.
So Mike's got this new position.
Yeah. We're going from the couch to my position. Okay.
Well,
Hey.
welcome to Meet the Pressers.
So since not the couch position, but Mike's new position with the USCCA.
Got a
So
new
t-
job.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about it, Mike, and how it came to be, if you will.
Wow. So yeah, I guess I'm technically the director of education and training for the USCCA and work for Delta Defense, and had the opportunity to apply for the position and did so. And for whatever reason, because of my background, had the opportunity to be selected. And here I am. I started on October 6th, and in Delta at USCCA, they have a thing called Super Week. And I traveled on Tuesday and reported to Super Week on Wednesday. Super Week is a very high intense planning session for the company. So that was my literal first day on the job. I rolled in and set my MacBook up, tried to set my MacBook up, and walked into this big classroom they have set up. And that was my week. So I basically spent the week trying to figure out Delta Defense acronyms and sayings and phrases and terms, and being absolutely, utterly lost. Fast forward to today, and I'm not much past that, except for the fact that I have guys like Clint work for me and have the opportunity to talk to guys like him and learn from him. It's been a wild ride so far, very enjoyable. It's a company that you wouldn't understand until you were actually inside it. It's hard to describe. It's really an incredible company, and they do some great stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to be able to take ownership of that. When I first took the job with Delta Defense, obviously, I think most people know that my day job now is with Delta. It'll be my 5th year coming up. I had to jump off the show for about a year. 2 training directors ago, maybe they had other plans for me or whatever, so I had to get out from behind the camera. But over the years, life is a constant renegotiation. And it's pretty fantastic that I can say with pride that I do work for Delta Defense, and I still do all my other things on my own. Just have to remember what hat I'm wearing. So tonight, I'm most certainly wearing the Clint Macro Meet the Pressers hat.
I think technically I'm always wearing the director hat at this point in time. When you get the big, they call it the D by your
Yeah.
name, right? So
Yeah.
I got to behave myself. I'm drinking water with electrolytes, just so you know, right? Just for the record.
Yeah, I won't say what I am.
Right. I like the hidden cup idea. Good job, man.
For
That's
sure.
right. Very strategic. Very strategic.
So what's
So-
on? Oh, go ahead, Matt. I'm
No, I
sorry.
was just going to say. So I'm actually going to pull up. So we have this when we have the guest on, but I want to pull up like all the times we've had past guests on and say it's been, because I don't remember, and I'm sure the guests that come on are probably not going to remember when they were on. Shoot, I mean, sometimes we forget what shows we've been on, so I can imagine other people are going to forget if
think
they were
Mike
even
would-
on our show.
Mike was on season 2, I think.
I think it
wasn't
was, yeah, I think it was that far back. So I'm going to pull up IMDb.
Yeah, I had
So those
I had like no gray in my beard at that time, and more hair on the back of my head, I think.
Somebody's
long
saying
ago
you're
was-
looking good there, Clint.
Yeah, that must have been, how long ago was that then? Like years?
6 years ago.
What
Was it? Oh my
Is this our
gosh.
7th year
This
coming?
is it. We're going into our 8th year.
8th year.
seven.
Wow.
Episode 7 years, 7 seasons on IMDb is how we got it listed. So
Yeah. Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, time sure
So I'm gonna,
flies.
I'm gonna pull that up. I'm gonna see what I can.
By the way,
find
Mike, I haven't read it yet. I
Oh,
will before February.
I love it. Now, do you have the handgun book as well, or just the rifle book?
I've got I had to buy the rifle. I had the handbook or the handgun, and I have the instructor.
Okay.
So
Well,
I've got
well,
three.
good. Well, I hope you enjoy it, man. The rifle book is my favorite book, or at least in terms of the work that I've done. It was the one that I thought was the best one. It was the one that we put the most thought into, and I paid a little bit more money on the editing and the photography and stuff like that. So it's a good book. I think they're all okay, but that's a good book. I think it's a kind of a hidden gem. Actually wrote that book and started that book during all of the whole black rifle scare, ban the AR-15 systems and stuff like that. And back in the day when everybody was buying the things, like you literally couldn't get an AR M4 system. It just wasn't available. And I'm like, well, man, if we're selling this many of them, if companies are selling this many books, whatever, or this many guns, I got to write a book, right? I got to do a defensive rifle training book. So I did.
I think that's the only thing we haven't done is a book yet. We put that on our horizon.
If ever you want to do a audiobook, you're welcome to come out, and then you can just read the book to me.
Man, funny you say that. Everybody has asked, like, why don't you do an audiobook? I'm like, I don't know. I did the digital, the smaller print, but even that's hard because with all of my books, except for the Art of Instruction, are they're not drill centric, but they have an entire section of all the drills. So it's hard to put that into digital format that's easier for people to read and follow. So in the end, they either get the hard copy of the book or they get the drill version of the book, which is like just the drills themselves. But the audiobook, man, I don't know. Then there's the other question is like, do I read the audiobook? Is it in my voice and inflections, or do I have someone else read it? And I don't think I would ever have someone else read it. I'm not saying I'm capable of reading, doing the audio, but I just can't imagine someone else's voice. That irritates me on books. I don't know. I'm not certain.
Well, I've done 2 audiobooks and actually 3. I did 2 with Rob Pincus and then 1 with Rob Chadwick. I got a thing for Rob's, I guess. I don't know. So, but of course you could read it because I can edit any mistakes. So it's not like you have to read through it straight. But Rob Chadwick, his book is fantastic. He had some checklists and things like that at the end, and ultimately it worked. His father came and read all the checklists. He read the forward and he read the checklist, so that was kind of cool. And Rob Pincus's books have some more like descriptive things that he just kind of went off book and described what was in there. So there's always a way to make it work. And you know what? It becomes another product too. So even if it's a little bit different from the text, it gives someone a reason to want to pick it up. And it's a heck of a lot of fun though. So off for stands, man.
Yeah, thank you. And that's actually a neat idea, man, to have a different voice or someone else maybe that I know and trust read the drill sections, drill number 1, the extend, prep, and press, whatever. That would be an interesting way to have a second voice in there. I kind of like that idea, actually.
I know someone that owns a studio and can do voice.
Interesting. Like a guy, oh wait, there looks like
a guy
there's
who
a
knows a
studio
guy.
behind you right now, Clint. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
So did I cut off Charlie? See, I'm cutting everybody off now. I'm going to say there's a delay. That's how
you know a guy who knows a guy.
Yeah.
So I looked it up. Season 1, episode 27. So you're our 27th guest, my friend. December 5th, 2019 is when it aired.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Season 1.
Season 1.
Episode 27. Man, we were churning out.
I knew that in my heart. I knew I was number 1, season 1. It had to have been season 1.
Now, this is the question we have to ask you because we always like to go back in history. Were we the first one to give you an IMDb credit in Hollywood?
It couldn't have been. He's been on TV.
No.
Yeah, because you were doing stuff with Michael Bain and.
Yeah, I that's a great question. Where would my first credit have been there?
Funny you ask. I can look it up.
Yeah, look it up.
Click on your name.
It might be Michael Bain. It might be Shooting Gallery. It might be an episode of Shooting Gallery or a guest on The Best Defense, or it might be Top Shot. Which, if Shooting Gallery did it, I would have done that before Top Shot.
Yeah.
Which I was on season 1 too, and I was off season 1 first. So number 1, CI6 number 1.
You were the first one off?
I was the first one off. I'm infamous in that I was the first one to ever be booted off that show ever, and no one could
Oh,
replicate
geez.
that. The only technical replication is Ian Harrison, my buddy, who was the first winner. I was the first one off, so we're kind of both number one in my mind.
So
Yeah.
Top Shot 2010, Top Guns 2012,
Yep.
Midway USA Rapid Fire 2012, The Best
Yep.
Defense 2013, and then us in 2019, and nothing since. So hey, here we
Yeah.
go. Another one for coming back, 5-6 years later, right?
There we go. I'm surprised though that Shooting Gallery, I guess maybe they didn't submit or it didn't
probably
get picked up, because I know I was on a Shooting Gallery episode before that, or at least I think I was. So
We could add it.
Very nice.
Yeah.
add it.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. See, Clint's got all that fancy stuff.
Yeah, I could probably add that in and submit it.
Okay.
Yeah, IMDb is pretty, like in the film industry, it's a big deal. It's really hard to get stuff on there, and it needs to be vetted, and because frankly, it's replaced resumes in
Yeah.
that industry. So, if you're on a film crew or something, and you just send them your IMDb link, and there's your resume basically,
Yep.
or at least your discography or filmography or body of work.
Well, so far, even though I'm on it for those shows, nobody really important has called me and offered me anything. So, is it that important? I mean, I'm waiting.
Well,
for
if
the
you
call.
were applying for a gig
Really?
and sent
Oh.
yeah.
Okay. Maybe I thought about that. I thought about applying for a gig and just getting completely out of the real game and go to the fake fun game. It seems to be a lot more fun. Acting. Could I act? Of course I can act. I was on The Best Defense. I played the bad guy a bunch of times. I wasn't a good actor, but I can act.
You gotta start somewhere.
Says
I see a
every actor.
Yeah, I see a reboot of Miami Vice coming out.
Hey, man, I can do
He's gonna
that.
he'll play Crockett, and Charlie will play Tubbs.
Yeah,
What
that would
what is
work.
it going to be, Tubbs?
I don't know,
It's because of my curve.
The little sticker.
You're a chubby guy. That's why. Right. I get it.
I
This
could
is
play
one of
any
our-
role. I think I could play any role like that. I couldn't cry though. I don't think I can cry in demand unless they taught me some secret way to do that.
I used to.
I heard someone say years ago what you have to do is have to pull hair out of your nose to start the crying.
Ooh.
oh, I can draw from past experience.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
ever see Analyze This with Robert De Niro plays the gangster that gets emotional?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Well, he's sitting there and he's watching this insurance commercial about like a guy saying he's gonna leave money to his kid, and it's because it's a father kind of thing, and he starts crying uncontrollably. I'm the same way. You start talking about dad stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. That and Forrest Gump.
Yeah, I think if I was coached, I could probably be taught how to maybe roll with some of that emotion. I don't know. We'd have to see. I'm like Hollywood, just hire me for a huge role, pay me, I don't know, $6-7 million, and I'll figure it out.
6-7 million sounds good.
Yeah,
Right.
ish. I mean, that's about right.
Ish.
isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. You set the tone. Jerry, you're on the move.
What is up? I apparently got my time zones conflicted.
I
Oh,
put
that
EST
happens.
in big letters. I was
You
trying to keep that
you
from happening.
did, and I suck at life. So
And then I put New York and PA to even make it, because I get
Yeah.
confused at times. I've done it. I've showed up on calls at like early, and they're like, "What are you here so early for?" I'm like, "I like being early," and then no.
Hell, I get AM PM mixed up.
well played. Well played. How is everyone?
Good. So, Jared, can you guess when you were last on Meet the Pressers? What season?
Go. Years ago. It's been
Years
a
ago.
few years. Yeah.
Well played.
I'm gonna guess season 3.
2021 maybe?
2021, she says. I'm gonna guess
I think
season
you were
3.
season 2, probably 2. I got to dig it up. I got to see if I can search, because this is getting ridiculous.
Well, in the meantime, hey Charlie.
Hey, what is happening?
Gosh, we had so much fun in the car, didn't we?
Well,
Riding
of
shotgun
course.
with Charlie.
I was looking through the list of people that we're having on the show tonight. The only people I haven't had on is Mike and Chuck Liddell, and of course Augie.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Well,
You haven't
you've
had
made
Augie
rounds.
on? What's wrong with you?
I know, right?
yeah, Augie's
Gotta
excited about popping on tonight. So yeah, Mike, you'll have to do an episode of Riding Shotgun with Charlie. That's a great deal of fun.
we've never met before, Mike. So I drive people around in the car as we talk and interview people and talk about what they
Really?
Super fun. It's
Not
like
creepy at all. I mean, he
It's not.
picks you up at your house, and you know,
Okay.
Stranger
Hey,
danger
if
is
that-
on me.
If that weird European guy can do it, Charlie can do it.
I know. That's exactly what I thought. I'm like, look, he's chubby and he speaks English, and I'm chubby and I speak or he's a chubby in English. I'm chubby and I speak English. This looks easy to do.
So where do
Was
you
this-
where
was
do you
this not my
drive
time?
to?
Love it.
Usually in a big circle. Hope we
Is
get right
that
back to the
Zeke?
same spot.
another book writer. What the
What's
heck?
up, Zeke?
So I heard y'all talking books. So there's a book out about this guy, right?
Oh,
He's a
yeah.
weirdo, but y'all can go get it. I didn't realize this was not my time. I just saw Charlie and I wanted to interrupt him. So that's
No,
all.
it is.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is your
I'll be
time.
back.
Your time.
Yeah.
Your time was 7. You're late.
Yeah.
You're late. It
late.
is
What?
your time.
I thought my time was 7 East, 7 Central.
No,
See?
7,
But see,
7
he put-
Eastern.
He put
Hang on,
See?
hang on.
It's these
Time.
people in the
I got my
central
seat.
time zone, man. They got
Yeah.
it all wrong.
Time zones are a sham perpetuated
Y'all
by the
weird
railroad companies.
Easterners.
That's got to be another business plan. Just build a program, or you just punch in your time zone. It'll tell you what time to be there, so you ain't gonna mess up. Shot show messes me up every year.
Hang on. So I got you. I said I thought it was 7 Central. You said 7 to 9 Eastern. Your time is 8 or 8:30 Eastern.
All right, so I messed that
This
one.
That's
like
okay.
we just have to be
Nice
grown
job, man.
and
That's okay.
understand time zones
You're-
at some point in our life.
You're here. That's all that matters.
But I'll gladly interrupt now. I mean, I love all 3 of these people. I've only met Mike once or twice, but
It's
Wait, there's-
it's too late.
Well, I don't think I've ever met Mike. Hello, I'm Cheryl.
Hello, how are you?
It's a pleasure to meet you. I will.
Ev-
Who's updating who on their life? Are we getting into that discussion?
Well, we just went through with Mike, and
Yep.
You're the only one. I think you're the only one that's gotten married this past year. Let's put it that way.
Yep.
I did do that.
so let's do this. 'cause
Congratulations.
I know Mike's probably going to want to bow out at 7:30, and we can roll. If you two are okay for a little bit, we can have you guys kind of go through what's going on. If Mike, you've got any closing things, how do people find out about you? Anything that we missed that new and updating that's come out?
Oh wow, new and updating. Put me on the spot there. No, not really, man. Just my job with Delta USCCA, which is exciting and new, and like very exciting. That's a big deal. It's a big organization. It gives me the opportunity to get out in front of 860,000 members and build some programs and work with guys like Clint and a variety of other individuals that are super interested in building something to make people safer. Everybody talks about it all the time, but I really hope I can affect the organization in a manner where we really do that.
Ooh, can I
that-
tell you something?
Sure.
I was the second female in the country to get DPP certified this year.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
That was a really, really challenging class, I will tell you. And Carrie Dugan was an incredible instructor, and Kevin Dixie prepped me for it. So
I keep hearing that about Mr. Dugan. The concept of being the second ever is fantastic. It is a hard program. It should be hard,
it should be. I agree.
I think a lot of things should be hard. I think a
I was
lot of
given
things-
no quarter.
I think our foundation with everything should be, to an extent, skill based. I mean, that's the bottom line with everything. And who's to say what level of skill it should be? But I think if you don't have a skill and you're an instructor, there's a problem.
Well, I think that was something that was really pissing me off about a lot of these programs is that there was, it was like it was just like you show up and you pass. And
Yep.
that was a problem for me because how are we supposed to prepare anybody for any real world situations if there's no stress, if we're not developing skill, if
Agreed.
we're getting into the deepest part of people to go, this is why you need to do this. And it isn't just a show up and pass thing. And, people failed. People
Good.
did fail. And I think
I
that's
hope
good.
so.
And I think that it needs to be, believe me, I showed up the first day and I was like, well, I guess I need to put my big pants on because this is going to be hard. And I ran it. Oh, and here's the other thing that's hilarious is I was told to run it with a gun that you would legitimately carry every day.
Mhm. Smart.
So I show up with a compact gun because that's what I carry every day. And I haven't gotten into the dot world yet. Okay. I've been training on a dot, but I don't carry one on my EDC every day. So that's what I show up with. Everybody else shows up with full-size guns and optics.
Yep.
And I kicked their ass for 48 hours. And I was like,
Nice.
you better catch up. And they
Sure.
they started to take it seriously because the girl that's running iron sights with the subcompact is bringing it home to you, you know? And it was so fun though. It was a really fun class.
Nice.
And very well done.
I love that because you brought what you brought. You brought what you carry, which is another thing. I've been teaching my defensive handgun program for years now, and I literally probably every single class get an email. It's like, Mike, what gear should I bring? What gun should I bring? What? And I'm like, your carry gun. How you carry it, your carry gun, how you carry it. Well, and I'm okay if you want to bring other guns and shoot it. If you want to bring your tactical belt, if you're going to strap up if the zombie apocalypse happens and you're not in your carry gun gear, same thing with the rifle class too. It's like, should I show up with my, kitted out copy Army Ranger Navy SEAL gear, or should I show up with an AR and a magazine in my back pocket that I would actually grab out of the safe and use?
Yeah.
Grab that, train like that, solve those problems, and learn from that. And
I even had to throw death grips on the grip of my gun because we were shooting so many rounds that the inside of my palm, because that Mete Prime is like, it's very stippled, and it was like rubbing my hand.
It's aggressive.
It's very aggressive. So I had to like put death grips on it to like survive the last 3 days of the class. It was great. It was wonderful.
Well, shooting a compact carry gun like that full for 2 days, like a legit carry gun. Depends on what carry gun you're shooting. 5 days. People, unless they do it, then what happens is after day one is they tend to start to go, can I switch to my medium size or large size gun, because it's hard on the hands.
Yeah.
And you learn a lot. You learn a lot from that. So my carry gun's a little bit different, a little bit more comfortable grip there.
There you go.
Which
Don't
I
touch
can shoot.
The only thing that I've probably done that was harder, and well, it's not even really comparable, it was just a different platform, is I took a rifle class with Kevin Dixie in Alaska, and I shoot left-handed with long guns and right-handed with pistols.
Yeah.
And he made me run that class with a 12-pound Nemo.
With a what?
A 12-pound Nemo.
Nemo
That's a heavy rifle.
Yeah, and I could have shot him for it, frankly.
Why do you shoot left-hand rifle, right-hand pistol?
Because I'm left eye dominant.
Yeah, so am I. So
Right.
use your right eye. Use your
We
right
should
eye.
start a club.
Well,
Actually,
here's
you
the
should
thing.
shoot left and right-hand handgun and left and right-hand rifle. That's what I
Well,
tell
the
people.
reason that I can't do that is because I got a blood clot. What made me left eye dominant? I used to be right,
Yeah.
and then I got a blood clot in my right eye, and it hit all the nerves in the top of my eye. So when I close my left eye, I can only see the bottom half of everything. So I can't see out of anything with my right eye.
Yeah, that's one way eye dominance will change is by injury for sure.
Yeah, so I had to learn. It took me about 6 months to really learn how to handle a gun left-handed, but it's easy now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of fun when we have to relearn ourselves. I got LASIK done a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
I need to
I'm still learning my eyes, man. It's very interesting.
look into my eyes.
It will not age gracefully. I got it done at 33, and they said when you turn 40, it's going to start going away. And I'm like, no, this is great. I got eagle eye vision. No, it was like the day I turned 40. I'm like, I can't see at night anymore.
No,
See,
well,
I had
And
I was
it's
perfect
40
worse and
12
worse.
years ago.
Like,
I
look at me. You're
Yeah.
left eye dominant now.
I had perfect eyesight my entire life, and I turned 45, and it was the readers, and now they're readers, but like
Yeah, well,
far distance, it's like 0.5 off in my left eye.
when I got the LASIK done, that was when he got glasses. So I lost my glasses and he put them on.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now I got to deal with all the
Aw,
lighting
that's
and make
so
sure the
cute.
lighting doesn't hit my eyes. And
But yeah, I'm very I'm really proud of the direction that USCCA, or Delta Defense rather, is going with that, because that was a class that really challenged me, and I haven't been that challenged in a long time. And that's not me trying to be an asshole, like I'm just, I shoot a lot, and so it was a very well done class. And then I went and trained with Steve Hendricks in Colorado.
nice.
Yeah.
Because I'm based in history over here. So there's a military competition. I'm a platoon sergeant in the search and rescue platoon, or search and rescue battalion of the Guard. And they have a big military competition in Texas where all the branches shoot against each other. And this in January will be my 4th year to compete. And so if I tab, which means that you make the top 8 out of 125 shooters, I would be the first female in military history to ever do it. So it's been a big training year for me.
Well, I'm glad to hear it was a challenge for you. I hope I hear that from more people, to be honest with you. And I hope people eventually associate every single USCCA instructor they run into with an incredibly high level of instructional and shooting skill. So that's the goal, is like they are the cream of the crop. If you meet one of them, it's like, guy or gal, they're fantastic. They're unbelievable. So,
And I hope they quit crying when they fail.
yeah.
Like, it's just do better. Like, you just have to do better. I mean, you're going to fail. You know, you can't become a graceful master unless you're a foolish beginner. And there's some people that just kind of walk into it thinking that, you know, I'm here and I have the gear, I'm going to pass. And that's just not true.
No, I agree. All I care about as the new director is that people put the effort in. Work. You know, if you show up as an instructor candidate and you're not going to put the work in and you don't have the skill, then I have no use for you. Put the work in. Do the work. That's it. Just do the work. There's no person out there that we can't get up to whatever level they want to get up to. And if they're not willing to train and work, then how can they possibly mentor, you know, their students to work? Think about that.
Yeah, just call me if you need me to make somebody feel bad for you, because if I can do it, I can do it.
We'll put you on the list.
Super.
My favorite video of Jara is, I don't know, probably 4 years old, where she's like, y'all think I can't do this? Puts a cigar in her mouth and just goes over and starts plinking targets as she's walking.
When she
It's
was
the
3 or
worst.
4 years old.
No,
I know,
years
right?
ago. You said years ago. Years ago. Well, that's the thing that you have to get over at some point with the social medias is, you know, for a while it makes you feel bad when people question you.
Just
You know,
ignore the
when they're like,
comments.
"Oh, but can she really shoot?" And and it used to really piss me off. And now I love it because it's like, ask me and I'll show you.
Yeah.
Or just ignore it. I don't even like reading the stuff, looking at the stuff.
I love it. I love it. By the way, I see everybody saying Merry Christmas, whoever's watching live right now. So Merry Christmas to everyone that is watching and said that, and that keeps popping up. So I hope everybody has a fantastic Christmas this week.
Absolutely. And Mike,
Yes,
how can people learn more about you? Because I know you're going to be hopping off here. We got a couple more guests that are coming in behind the scenes here. I'm going to bring them in so we can get them in on the
Yeah, just shooting-performance like a hyphen.com, or you can just go MikeClender.com and it'll redirect you. Pretty simple. So very, very easy. Hey, there's my buddy Rob Pincus. Look at
You
that.
know, every
buddy.
time Mike, every time I've met you, it's been through Rob, and we never really get to talk because it's been through Rob.
You guys are all-
That's what
you guys
I
all
said.
talking-
They said Zeke needs to talk. Rob, wait till 7:30. I waited till 7:32.
Following the rules. I love it.
To help Zeke out, Rob, I'm going to put you back in the waiting room.
Yeah. See you guys later. Merry Christmas.
Hey, you got Rob 1, you got Rob 2 here also.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
Charlie and
it was great
his.
to talk to you,
confuse
Mike.
people.
It was great to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you as well. And Zeke, everybody, thank you for having me back on. I'm just happy I was on season number 1 once again.
Yeah.
know.
Number 1
I
of
know.
the show. Not number 2.
Yep.
1.
One. Well, now you're back on season 7, the last show of season 7. So we're happy for that, and we definitely need to get together and maybe do an in-person interview when we are at the next event together.
100%. Well, thank you all. I hope everybody here has a great Christmas as well.
Likewise.
Great New Year. Have a great week. Get out and just shoot some guns, get some skill, and hope to meet you all soon.
Stay safe.
Merry Christmas.
Take care.
Merry Christmas.
Christmas.
See you, Mike.
All right, so back to Jara. Jara, we got. Let's see. You were on season. Is it? And we actually.
Is
It looks
Matt
like.
saying something, or did my internet crap out?
Can you?
Yeah,
Hear me?
we're all here. Everyone's working.
Can you hear me?
You're still alive, Zeke.
Yeah, you're still
Oh, okay. Whew.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep saying bad stuff about Pincus.
Yeah. So yeah, the last time Jared was
I say
on.
that- I hold that till I see him in person.
Yeah. So did you
So-
figure out what season? Because she was outside, her dog was there, and she kept going, "Stop it!" She was like correcting the dog. Yeah. It was,
So.
I think it was 2. I think it was season 2.
All right. You think season 2? So
I
it
say
was.
3.
It was season 2,
oh.
If y'all
episode.
can hear me, I'm going closer to the router because I can't hear
Okay.
Matt or Clint.
Oh, okay.
That's actually probably not bad. My wife says that's a good thing when she can't hear me. Episode 27, and it was your first credit on IMDb coming on our show.
I think it's my
Yeah.
only credit.
I wasn't going to say that.
Well, you'll
Yeah,
go.
it's definitely one.
And then we actually had you on 2 cameos. You were on Lieutenant
Yes,
Colonel
okay,
David
I'm
Grossman.
gonna hop off and hop back on.
Sounds good.
Okay.
You're Lieutenant Colonel David Grossman. We had you on a cameo, season 2, episode 26, and then another cameo, Lieutenant Colonel Alan West, season 2, episode 25.
Oh yeah, Alan.
Lots of
He
colonels.
just got out of he had surgery. He had a big surgery just recently.
So
That's
so
it?
so welcome back. We'll give
Thank
you give you your 5 minutes to go ahead and tell us everything. You got married? Any kids on the way?
No, don't say it.
Don't
No.
jinx it.
We're not like just let me be married for a second first.
Yeah,
before
that's true. Valid.
we, you know,
Fair enough.
do all that. Yeah. So I got married this year. I went back to school this year. So right now I'm currently in 2 different things simultaneously. I'm working on my bachelor's degree and I'm in EMT school
Wow.
at the same time. So the brigade that I'm in, they are needing more medical people, and I've always had an interest in that. So they're paying me to go get my EMT, get my paramedic, and take over the medical officership. But I have to have a bachelor's before I can go to OCS school, and so I'm working on all that. So it's a lot.
And I thought I was an overachiever.
So
Right.
doing all that, and then trying to be the first female in military history to tab in the governor's 20, and I think I'll be happy if I can just achieve that part. So I've been trying for 4 years, and so and I get better every year, right? So
Good.
125 shooters. The first year I came in 61st, and then I think that I just get better every year. And then this year I came in 31st in this last January, and then I compete again at the end of January 26th. So we'll see what happens there. And then if I do that, the next thing I will be doing while I'm still on the high, right, while I'm on the momentum, is I'm going to re-challenge Rob Pincus to another game of Battleship because he's the only person that's ever beat me in Battleship.
Wow. Like the actual game Battleship, not like a shooting.
No, like
Like a-
shooting Battleship.
Shooting battleship.
Battleship.
Sadly, it was
So-
a shooting battleship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I beat Maj Toure 5 times in a row. He still owes my charity $10,000, by the way, because he said that,
Wow.
yeah, he was like, best
That's
out
why
of
we didn't
5,
invite him.
he's going to pay my charity $10,000. So,
Charlie. Yeah, he was uninvited because he still owes you 10.
yeah, so there's that.
Just get his mobile home. Tell him you want the mobile home and
That's
trade.
right. I want that. So yeah, that's going to be like thing number 2. If I get the governor's 20 thing I want, then me and Rob are going to have to go head to head again because I have to like make that right.
That's hilarious.
Sweet.
And I have not been practicing, so I welcome the rematch.
Now's the time.
Now, to be fair, when he did beat me, I was like 4 days out of a major car accident. So I had like broken things on me.
Well, that must be it.
So that must be
That
it.
must be it. Yeah.
Should never be. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, we've had some pretty epic Risk games at my house with Rob and a whole host of different people that have joined us.
It is regular Risk, not shooting Risk. Whole
Right,
different-
right. Yeah.
Good to clarify.
The game of Risk.
And then in 2026, I'm just gonna finish a lot of that up and get back to teaching guns a little bit more regularly. Had a pretty regular schedule this year until about October, and then I had to scale it back. And I'm gonna roll out some of those DPP classes too.
Nice.
Cool.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Well,
Awesome.
we definitely wish you a Merry Christmas, and the weather's a little nicer in Texas than it is in Pennsylvania. So, stay warm on the range on the 26th.
It's 76 degrees
Oh,
here in Texas. It's ridiculous right now. Is that my girl?
Yeah, she wanted to say hi to you.
Hi, honey.
Hello.
Cool hair.
Oh,
Thank you.
you look so fun. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen. Okay, I loved your shirt you were wearing the other day. That was like "Rage is in me" or whatever with the cats. I love that shirt, and I want that shirt.
Oh, I think now I'm in trouble for posting a picture. We were on a picture hiatus, but
Oh,
I did
forget
post
it.
a picture.
Forget it, because now I have, like, see the shirt that I
Never
want.
mind.
I'm so excited to see you. How have you been?
I'm good.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Well, I haven't seen you in so long, and you got so big, so we're gonna have
I
to
know.
redo that in 2026. Okay, dear?
Yes. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. We're gonna do that. Well, I mean, does anybody have any other questions for me? Cries of outrage or fits of anger?
how do people find out about you and find your training schedule and all that other fun stuff?
Yes, it's at clearingthechamber.com, clearingthechamber.com. And I'm on pretty much all the socials at Clearing the Chamber except for X, because somebody has that and I don't know why, because it's mine. But we're going to have to figure that out. But yeah, on X, I'm at CTC Gun Training. So.
Well, cool. We thank you for coming on and wish you a very Merry Christmas and all the best in your future endeavors. And we'll see you around on the range, I'm sure.
Yes, I appreciate the invitation. It was really nice to see you guys again. And Zeke, congrats on your book, buddy.
Thank you.
I have to get a copy of that book. Rob,
I thought you were going to say.
hello.
I thought you were going to say it was really nice to see you guys again. And Zeke. Okay.
Oh, that's funny.
And Rob, I don't think I know Rob Beckman.
Rob
You
Beckman, he's a
awesome.
legend.
Wow.
And he's running for NRA board.
He
Here I
is.
am in the presence of,
Yes.
oh, that's another thing. One more thing before I go. I'm also, I was recently elected precinct chair
Nice.
in Texas. So I don't know. Are you going to see a house run out of me in the next couple of years? Maybe. I don't know. It's become very clear to me that even in Texas, which Rob will tell you because he makes fun of Texas all the time, but it is very clear to me that the legislature in Austin does not truly understand what shall not be infringed means. So
Yeah.
it's
Austin.
about for me
It's
to get
Austin.
a little bit
Austin says it all.
a little bit more involved.
Lots comes out of Austin. Super.
Yes.
Well,
Well,
that's great.
we'll see you all later. Thank you so much
Yep.
for having me.
Merry
Charlie,
Christmas.
always nice to see
Great
you.
to see
Bye,
you.
Rob.
Oh, it's just mine.
Yes. Love y'all.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
All right, Pincus's illegitimate son has to leave soon, so we're going to get Zeke Stout to give us a rundown on his book and everything else he's got going on. Go
Rob
ahead,
had
Zeke.
me when he was 2.
And that's why he has no hair. You lost
My
it.
wife at that time was 32 though. So
Oh, okay. Then it's all right. She's in jail now, but I get to
Was
see
his
her every
first
now
wife.
and then.
no, she's not. She's friends with Trump.
He's friends with Trump.
Did you say what was going on with me?
Yeah, well, real quick. So we had you on season, it was 2023. You were on in 2023.
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
Been that
Yeah.
long.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So you did Masters of Arms in 2018,
Yeah.
Gold Rush, The Dirt in 2018, right?
That was just one episode.
Well, it was only one episode with us.
It was just to promote Master of Arms.
Right? So season 5, episode 8. Yep.
Season 5.
Been a while.
Train and learn
Oh,
panel.
the memories.
I don't think we've had you on as an individual guest by yourself, so I think we need to do that because it looks like you were on the Train and Learn panel after the
Was
Train and
I?
Learn.
No,
Kevin
Zeke,
Dixie, yeah.
Zeke was on a show by himself. I
I
thought he was.
did.
Was he?
Well,
Then it
in
didn't get
person,
listed.
we did SHOT Show and then we did Goals. I think.
Okay. Let's
Or
only
maybe
show
it was, it was annual
And
meeting. or something.
maybe it wasn't Meet the Pressers at SHOT Show. It was something with you, Matt, and it might have been Charlie.
Maybe you did a Charlie show.
You did it with Charlie and I. Meet the
Okay,
Pressers
you
and
were
Writing
there
Shot.
then.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
gotcha.
Yeah. So we did our
But then
joint.
Yeah,
Clinton,
last
you I
year.
did.
That's right.
Clinton, you I did at Goals, and that sounds really bad. I was on Clint and Matt's show together at Goals.
No, it wasn't goals because we weren't at goals. It must have been annual meeting.
NRA.
Yeah.
NRA. Yeah. NRA's annual meeting.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the annual
Just wanted
meeting's
to
voice is
impress
second minute.
anybody.
So you got that book, Zeke. Tell us about
Oh,
the
yeah.
book real quick.
I have a book. It has jack shit to do with guns. Actually, it does a little bit. There's a little bit about guns. That's been the funniest thing about it. It's called Exit to Now. If you like conspiracy thrillers, it's not that long. And I wrote it in my ADD voice, so it's easy to follow. My sister called me and she goes, "Oh my God, I've never read a book that fast." And I think it's because we're both ADD and I can follow it really easy.
Wow.
It was fun. It's been a 20-year process. I started writing it 20 years ago. It was one of those late night conversations you have with your buddies when you're a little inebriated. And you start going down these weird rabbit holes about religion and politics and conspiracies. And I was like, oh, wouldn't this be a cool idea? And then I guess it was a few years ago, I started actually putting pen to paper and writing stuff. And I'm a huge Dan Brown fan. Read all his books, and he announced, because there's a big secret, and I use air quotes when I say that, in this book. And he announced he's releasing The Secret of Secrets in September of this year. And this was last year, and I was like, oh crap, I need to go balls to the wall and finish this just in case it's, collective hive mind shit and he's got the same secret. And he released his on September 9th. I released mine on September 6th. And I still hadn't read his book to see if it's the same. But it was cool. It was a cool process, hearing Rob go through that stuff when he and I have talked about publishing. I did not want to go through editors and publishers. So then all of a sudden, oh, there's Amazon. You can publish through Amazon. I'm like, all right, cool. And I didn't want to send it back and forth to editors. So at first I tried ChatGPT and it tried to rewrite the whole book. And I was like, no. And then that's where I learned a lot about AI is if you get very, very specific with the prompts, where it's almost like a page of prompts, it'll give you exactly what you want. So I had to go back and say, don't rewrite anything. I want to know if there's errors. I want to know if this flows good. I want to know if the story makes sense going from this chapter to this chapter, flashbacks, all this stuff. And all of a sudden, once I figured that out, for 4 months straight, I would every night when I get done with work, I was just writing and writing and writing and plugging it into there. It would pop back out. That's kind of cool, but it doesn't make sense for this section, blah, blah, blah. So it's been a fun process. This is book one of probably two. It's going to be a 2-book series. It's loosely based on my own, I guess you'd say, spiritual journey when I was younger. But don't take the spiritual word and think it's very hyper legalistic religious, because the F-bomb is dropped numerous times in there. Samuel L. Jackson level of times. And it's kind of questioning. It's a book about not blindly trusting what anybody says, whether it's the media, whether it's religion, whether it's politics. It's taking all the data, do the research, find out for yourself, and then make your decisions off of that. And then the main character kind of finds this conspiracy group, this dark, mischievous group that's been controlling the narrative for thousands of years. It's a fun book. I liked it. I liked it because I wrote it.
Pretty cool.
But
Pretty cool.
So far, I mean, I've sold 50-something copies. Not a whole lot. But every review on Amazon's been 5 stars. And out of those, only 4 of them were people I knew.
Can't beat that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, Yehuda Rimmer, the Pew Pew Jew, which I think everybody knows on here.
Yep.
He bought the first copy. And thank God I gave my sisters the manuscript to read, and they didn't buy a copy, because halfway through him reading it, they text me and they're like, Zeke, why did his name go from Keel to Zeke all of a sudden? And I was like, oh shit, because I wrote the main character as me because it was easier to write. It was easier for me to think, okay, this is me, this is what I did, this is how I did that. And I changed it to Keel, but I did it just reading through, change it. I didn't search the word Zeke and change it.
Oh.
So Yehuda has a rare copy where half the book, the main character is Zeke.
That's pretty cool.
That's valuable. That's like one of those blooper cards in sports.
Yeah, I mean, he might actually make 50 cents on it, 20 years from now.
If it's signed, it'll be worth even more.
Yeah.
No, he's got to pay them to take it if it's signed. So,
so how do people pick up the book? What's the best way to?
They go to Amazon.com. It's also published on Ingram Spark. So if you go to Books A Million anywhere and tell them you want them to order a copy, you can do it that way too. Any of your bookstores can get it through Ingram Spark, or if you just want to go direct to Amazon, which is probably better for me. The royalties are a little bit better on Amazon. Mm-hmm. And it's a little better control over the reviews and stuff, and more people look at the reviews over there. And the biggest thing is, I don't want to have, and I'm sure Rob knows this, if let's say Books A Million orders 100 copies, I'm like, yeah, big check, thank you, all right, I'm rocking and rolling. And 99 of them don't get sold. I think it's 2 years later, they come and they go, oh, we sent these back to the publisher, we want our money back. And they don't get the money back from the publisher. You have to pay them.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I would rather people don't go to like Barnes and Noble and go, you should order hundreds of these, because if they don't sell, then I'm screwed. But yeah, Amazon's probably the best way. It's just exit to now, type my name in, and you got it.
So exit to now. Pincus is a legitimate son. Got it.
Yes, exactly. Put that in. You'll actually get a discount if you put that in.
Yeah. So Zeke, when you're ready to do an audiobook,
Coloring book version.
let me know. We'll make that happen for you.
Yep.
Hey, I want to do that, and I want to have all my friends like you guys do the different parts, but I want the guys to do the female roles and the females to do the guys' roles.
So
that
now,
way we're
now the
all
price
inclusive.
just went up. The price went up exponentially right now.
You were going to be my wife, Clint. Damn it.
I'm touched.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
was
can
gonna
say
do-
that so many ways.
I
was
wanted
thinking
to
the same
do an
thing.
audiobook of Yehuda's book that has all the gun argument stuff in it,
Bullet
and just do like 3 hours of silence.
No, you got to have the page turn. Like every couple
Yes. That's a great idea.
Page turn.
That's hilarious. Well,
Yeah.
we know you got to jump. It's always fun being on with you, Zeke. I look forward to seeing you around the show coming up. Shows
Appreciate
coming up
it.
in 2026. So,
Lots
Merry
of them.
Christmas.
Yay.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Yeah,
Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you guys too.
Take
and
care.
If anybody wants to Smith, ngs.edu.
Stay
Wait,
safe.
wait, I got silence on that one. Did I go? What?
No, it's cutting in and out, so I
Yeah.
didn't want to talk over you.
mgs.edu.
Yes, there we go. Awesome.
Got
See
it.
you guys.
Take care.
Merry Christmas, dude.
Merry Christmas.
See ya.
Christmas, man.
Merry Christmas.
Rob Beckman, you were the next one that came in. So history on you. You were on 3 episodes, 2 of them cameos, and you were a guest on season 1, episode 10, back in 2019 with us. And that was the first year you started your podcast too, right?
Yes, it
Yep.
was. Yep.
Yeah, look at that.
Mhm.
Time flies. So
I know. I keep looking back at that, and it's like 2019, 2025. It's like, damn, that's gone fast.
Yeah.
and now you're going to be running for NRA board, which you're going to get it because people are dropping out left and right. So like your next personality and your third personality could all run for the board.
Yeah, I don't know if it's quite that.
It's becoming a very interesting, because not only are the existing board members, some of the old guard dropping out just because it's they probably aren't having as much fun or controlling as much as they used to. But then on the flip side of it, they're also going over to the NRA Foundation, which creates a whole nother potential problem. That is, wait to see how things go. And, I really wanted to run for the NRA board to get into education training and to help, reach those segments of population that the NRA hasn't appealed to for a long time.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's shaping up more along the lines of I'm going to get a big eyeful when it comes to incorporation of nonprofits and how they have to work together, and board of elections, or I should say, electing the board of directors and different things like that, to kind of peel apart and trying to rebuild the NRA into what we want for a strong pro Second Amendment organization. We don't need all the schoolyard politics going on. We want to have a strong organization for it. When we go along and start losing sight of trying to educate responsible gun owners and promote responsible firearm ownership, the NRA is not doing what it should do, and that was the reason why I wanted to get on the board.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the inner workings that I've seen and been on social media that people can read about is like, I'm just getting quite an eyeful, like, oh, this is going to be a lot of fun. Just what I want. A bunch of lawyers and a bunch of technicalities and different things like that. Well, you can't do that until this gets done, and they're in there for this long, and we'll see.
It's the
We'll
old
keep
way of
pushing.
doing it. We've been doing it that way forever. Doesn't mean it's right.
Well, I mean, wherever you get two people together, there's politics. So, there's it's definitely a political animal, but I applaud that you're jumping in there. I remember you sent me a text or gave me a call and said, "Do you think I should run?" I'm like, "Well, hell yes, you should run. You're absolutely the type of person we need in there." And I'm glad that you picked up that torch and ran with it. So if there's any way we can continue to help you with that pursuit, by all means, do not hesitate to call upon us.
Well, quite honestly, the biggest thing that I'm trying to do now, because the election, it's not as eventful. It's not going to be as close because there's 37 people and there's going to be 32 positions voted for. So there's only going to be 5 people that are not going to make the board. So if you've got any kind of name recognition, you probably got a very, very good chance for it. The biggest thing that been talking when I talk to NRA members or former NRA members is to let them know that there's change afoot. That there are people that are getting on the board that are saying, no, we can't do it that way. That we have to, be stronger in these areas and make sure that are the members actually know what programs are that the NRA has and where their money's going. Because in a lot of cases, you can probably identify with this. If you're in the 2A community and you say, hey, we need to raise money for this cause, for a new shooting range for a 4-H group, or the Boy Scouts need money in order to, buy ammunition for summer camp. People come out of the woodwork, willing to donate. But the problem is, if you don't know where the money's going, that's when people are like, I'm not giving until I know. And that's where we've got to get the NRA back where people, trust it. And we can, focus on those programs to make, the Second Amendment strong the way we want it to be.
Absolutely.
Harumph.
Yeah.
I didn't get a harumph out of Charlie.
I said here.
Oh, okay. I must have.
It's in
spoke over you.
Massachusetts, remember? Okay.
Yeah, kid.
That's what we need on the board. It's just like politicians. The ones that run to be politicians are the ones that really don't want to do it, but definitely need to do it, because we have to have good people like you on the board making changes and stuff.
Look on the floor.
One of the things I really want to focus on too is the number of people on the board, because 76. I don't know enough to say that we don't need it, but in my mind, it just seems absolutely ridiculous to have that many people. Too many chiefs. Running around trying to do things. And even with the committees, maybe there's a better organization for the committees to where things can get done, because I'm not running because I'm a legal expert or I'm, a tax accountant or anything else along those lines. I'm running because I've got the energy to go along and ask the questions. And maybe there's some things that can be done in order to, streamline things and make the organization more responsive. But my final judgment will be once I find out more information.
Well, if anyone out there is on the fence, Rob Beckman absolutely gets my seal of approval and endorsement. Matt's as well, and I'm sure everyone in here is of like mind about that. So definitely do your research. That. Do your research before you just blindly fill in a dot on the old ballot thing that's inside your magazine. But I can think of no one better than Rob who could come in and join the team of reformers that are already in there to make some real change in the NRA.
Yeah, it's something to go along for people to go along. The ballots will be coming out in the February edition of the NRA magazines. That will be hitting mailboxes at the end of January. But one of the things too to check out, that will have a 150-word bio in it. Not a whole lot for about many people. You could use a bunch of acronyms. You can say, hey, I belong to here, I've done this, and that's about it. If you look at the chat, I put out there a link to electanewNRA.com, and that has the reform candidates on it. It has much more information on me and my background, much more than 150 words for it. And those are the things where I encourage people to go out, become educated. If you haven't voted before, realize your voice does matter. Mm-hmm. There are 3 million NRA members in the United States. Only 75,000 cast a vote last year.
Wow.
That gives you kind of an idea. And here's the other part about it. The 76 director, when he gets elected in the annual meeting, do you know he only received a little over 700 votes at the annual meeting? That shows you how much impact an individual vote can have. If you and your buddies go along and say, we're going to vote for these 10, 15, 20 candidates or one candidate, whatever you feel is good and you vote for it, that could be the swing to get that person on the board, whether it's, on the regular board to fill out the terms, or whether it's that 76 person on the board for it. Every vote, every member really has a very loud voice when it comes to NRA. And that's part of the reason why, as I go along and say, I want to make sure people really realize what the NRA is doing, because the NRA does a whole lot of stuff, and most people don't realize everything they do besides what they hear, coming out of the, 6 o'clock news, and people are complaining about the NRA, arguing about this or that in Washington, D.C. There's 1,000 other things that they're doing close to home that people, or if you're not in the know, you just don't know about the 4-H camps, the Boy Scout camps, the training that goes on locally, and the ranges that they help to improve, all those different kinds of things that are there, and everybody's like, this is great, but nobody really knows that, hey, the NRA had a hand in going along and improving that range.
Yeah.
Those are important things for people to take pride in as being members.
Talking about it in my my classes, 1871 in New York, and here in New York, people don't even know it was founded in New York. So, well, thanks for coming on. How can people get involved? Make sure that they vote for you. What's the best way to be able to follow you and get involved?
The best way to get involved is, again, go along and go to electednewnra.com. Find out more information. You can if you become a lifetime member prior to March 19th, I think is the date, or sometime in March, you can vote. That's probably a pretty steep lift for a lot of people. But if you're a member for 5 continuous years, you'll be able to vote also. But if you get a ballot in your magazine, make sure you do the research. Make sure you vote. Make sure you return it. Just voting for one person can make the difference for that. And if people want to go along and get a hold of me, My private email address is scouter65@gmail.com. That's SCOUTER, the number 65.com. And that's where they can go along and contact me directly if they got NRA questions. If they're looking for the training that I provide, you can go out to my training part, and it's AmericanDefenseTraining.us. And if they want to listen to my podcast, you can go out to FirearmTrainerPodcast.com. So those are the 3 ways you can see what I'm doing, seeing what I've talked about, because on each one of those, there's links and such for people to see the other interviews I've been on, hearing what I've done over the last 6 years with my podcast and where my positions have been, because over the last 5 years, one of the things that I've also been doing quite a bit is on the reform candidates that I've had them on, several times. Amanda Suffolk, John Richardson, Todd Ellis, all these people have come on because I want a strong NRA. I'm not one of what was first one that wanted to run, but when I heard that they were running, I got right behind them and started helping them collect petitions and signatures for it, and making sure people realized they were good candidates. So fingers crossed, hoping I get on there and can help straighten things out a little bit.
Well, last piece of advice before you go, Rob. On your bio on the website, just make sure this is good for at least 5 or 6 votes. Make sure you list that you're a charter member of the Kitty Petters Union.
I love it. Yeah, we'll have the Kitty Petter Union's founder coming on later. So.
Yeah. I'll be on in a bit.
Yeah. Well, that would be good. Yeah, I remember Augie when he was, coming up to my waist approximately, and now I think he's taller than I am just about.
Yeah.
He's grown up quite a bit in the last 6 or 7 years there.
Yes, sir. Well, we thank you for coming on, Rob.
Sure.
It's always a pleasure.
Thank you for having me on.
Rob.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everybody, and to a big and better 2026. We'll see everybody.
Rock on. Merry
Yeah.
Christmas.
Man, what a great panel of people we've had.
I
on
know,
here so
right?
far.
It's been doing great.
This is great.
And,
All right, Rob, you got 5 minutes.
Now it goes downhill. That's it.
So Rob was our first guest on Meet the Pressers.
So
Is that
He
true?
was-
First
You.
official guest?
Yeah.
Rob
Wow.
Pecos was the first official guest.
Wow.
Matt and I did one episode by ourselves for the first episode, but the first
Okay.
guest was you.
All right. Good deal. Well,
2019, episode 2.
and here I am back again 6 years later.
You've been on a few times.
I think I've been on a few times. How's everybody doing? I'm just sitting here in North Carolina. Like, I'm excited about Christmas. You guys saw Cindy was on earlier. She's here for about a week. She wants to sneak back on and say hi again. She heard Jara's voice. She's hung out with her before, so she wanted to check in there. We have been busy here getting ready for what we hope is a really good 2026 at Avidity Arms. So spending a lot of time at the office, still chugging along with our American designed, American made handgun that, we sell enough to keep the lights on. And it's been a slow year, been a slow 2 years really in the gun industry, as everybody knows. We're hoping 2026 turns around. Things are going great with Personal Defense Network. Obviously, we have a lot of people are participating tonight who are part of Personal Defense Network training tour. Clint is obviously one of our really important team members there. So he can talk a little bit about what that looks like from his perspective. But from my perspective, we had an incredible year. Over the, we're in our 13th year, but we took off COVID, so it was actually our 12th tour officially. But the PDN's been around since 2005. So it's actually we just had our 20th anniversary a couple of months ago with Personal Defense Network. Started out as a DVD series, and 2010 went online. 2012 put up the paywall and started the training tour. We've got a lot of great instructors. We got contributors writing articles and doing videos with us, and of course we have our sponsors on the tour. Just a great group of companies to be involved with that help us bring the training that people see on the website to their hometowns, their ranges, classrooms, a wide variety of instructors there. So I'm still running that show, trying to talk to a couple people about what that's going to look like in 10 years when I'm probably not still running it. But I probably have at least 4 or 5 left in me for Personal Defense Network to get to the 25th anniversary for sure. Nice. And that's about it. Running around, teaching, doing a lot of instructor development. We've had a most recent instructor development flag. The new flag was planted in Hawaii. Hawaii has really changed a lot since the Bruin decision. The whole firearms community there has kind of come out of the closet and grown. They've been getting a lot of permits issued, and we've been doing a lot of classes on the Big Island. There's now a couple of different what I would call training communities have developed. We've certified a few instructors to teach our programs. Obviously, there's a lot of other USCCA programs, NRA programs being taught, as well as competition shooting is starting to get a lot more accepted, not just clay shooting, which has always been popular on the islands, but getting into some of the action shooting as well. So that's the 5-minute rundown on what's going on with Rob.
Well, speaking of Hawaii.
Oh, Jason Wolford. Yeah. Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
Very cool. And
what a great community.
Somebody else was asking about being a gypsy. Mark was saying, are you a full-blown gypsy? Not being a full-blown gypsy.
No, I've like settled down now. I'm like, I mean, back in the olden days, I'd be like 300 days a year on the road.
Yeah.
Now I'm down to almost only one domicile. I spend a lot of my time. I've been building this house now for whatever it's been, 18 months. Jeez. And we kind of have I just put in new countertops and like a new cooktop, and we almost have a regular kitchen. And these are the 8 panels I've managed to put up. So there's a lot of pink insulation around and stuff like that. But I've got one so you have stuff.
Yep.
It's trim.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, I'm running out of excuses though. I'm gonna have to get to the trim work soon, or Anastasia and Cindy are both gonna just officially move out, I think. So we'll see what happens.
They're moving to a new place.
Oh, okay. Cindy's with me no matter what. Anastasia might want it to be a little more creature comfortable.
That's awesome. What's the best way people can find out about everything you got going on? And
just follow Pincus Rob at any of the social media. Instagram is probably where I post just about daily. Something's going on. It may not always be gun stuff. I put the family stuff and the fun stuff up there too. Not that the gun stuff isn't fun. We do a lot of, obviously we put out all the training information through Personal Defense Network. I very rarely use the social medias for much business. I mean, they make it hard to advertise. I learned a long time ago and have watched lots of people struggle with building a business on YouTube or whatever. It's just, you're one AI robot or intern's decision away from having everything shut down. So that's why we have personaldefensenetwork.com set up. And 40% of the information over there is free. So I always tell people, when you go to personaldefensenetwork.com, put in something in the search engine, look at something that's going on, look for something that interests you, or just look at the new videos. That pop-up's going to come up. It's going to say subscribe now or become a premium member. The subscription's free. All that does is give you announcements about when we put out new videos or when there's new tour events coming up or something like that. But don't buy the subscription. Don't become a premium member. Don't go behind the paywall. If you find yourself at PDN a week later, 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, getting value out of the free stuff, about the 4th or 5th time that pops up, that might be a good time to consider becoming a premium member and seeing what we've got behind the paywall. Other than that, avidityarms.com. Check out the PD-10 pistol. Check out our ASAR and ASAP, the rifles and the AR pistols we've got. And sooner or later, we're going to get around to making a stagger stack. But right now, we're sticking with my original design, that single stack, very thin, 10+1 9mm. Still have a lot of people out there who give us great feedback every week. Somebody bought one or somebody shot a friend's or something like that. So I'm really proud of that. And excited to have that out there, and proud to have checked off, firearms designer, start a gun company off of the list. You guys were talking about the NRA. Obviously, there's a lot of good stuff happening there. I am serving on a board committee this year, which has been really good to be back officially with the NRA instead of just antagonizing or prodding from the outside. Back in some
Yeah.
official collaboration with them, and we'll see where that continues to go in the future. But lots of good things are happening there. So I am proud of all the reformers and all the work and all the members that have not just given up and gone somewhere else, but have stuck through it. They may have not given a dime for 5, 6, 7, 8 years until recently. Maybe they're still not giving any dimes, but they've been paying attention. They've been voting, and they've been supporting the reform movement, and it's really starting to move a lot faster. So it's been great to see that evolution as well. But I appreciate you guys having me on. Merry Christmas to you guys. Happy holidays. Hi to all my friends. And I think I know just about everybody on here, and appreciate the time to catch up with you guys.
It's always good to see you, Rob, and I truly wish you and your family the best holiday season, and I can't wait to get back on the range with you next year.
Yeah, we'll do it for sure. See you soon.
Stay safe. Bye.
See you guys.
See you.
All right, so who's up next? I think Amanda, you were the next one to pop on the scene. So, and you've been hanging out quietly in the background, listening,
She's
taking
been on
it
the
in.
scene so much longer than that.
That's true. That's true.
So,
Yeah.
so what
How are
number
ya?
show was I on? I'm fine.
I
I'm
got
fine.
to pull it up. I actually.
Yeah, when
pulled
was
it up.
Amanda first? Now, those of you that we discussed this earlier, when I was on my hiatus, Amanda was like kind of the guest co-host or the part-time co-host.
Matt said I was the
but-
guest co-host.
Well, no, you and Matt
doing
kind
a
of
li-
made a new thing.
Yeah,
That
the
was
live
like
show.
that was a new thing.
That
I
was
always
a-
looked at that as like a spin-off. That was like Knots Landing off of Dallas.
That's good. I like that. I like
It was
that.
That was
more
like
like-
Knots. That was like
It
Knots
was more
Landing off of Dallas.
More like the Jeffersons off of all in the
Oh,
family.
even better. Even
Yeah.
better.
Ooh,
Good.
got it.
So,
Got it.
So, Amanda, you are actually the guest co-host for it looks like 2 episodes that what we have up on the IMDb. Linda Walker, season 3, episode 22 in 2001, and then it was Rob
2001 or 21?
Morse, 2021. Yep,
I
sorry.
thought she did more episodes than that as a
I did
guest.
too. Yeah, I mean, it's,
Yeah,
well, it's
I-
showing season 3. Oh,
Because
hang on, season 4.
she was
No,
she was like Coy and Vance when Bo and Luke weren't on the Dukes of Hazzard.
John
There you
John Petrolino. John Petrolino and Paul Lathrop. You did that one, and then also our good friend, God rest her soul, Shirley Wattrell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
I saw
that
that
was a
and I was
loss.
like,
oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
It was just so fast too.
That was a shocking, absolutely shocking loss. And so, I mean, she was such a key person to Women for Gun Rights. And, you sit there and you look at who are the people that have put that organization in the last 10 years on the map where they're at. And right now we're searching for a new state director for the state of Florida. And we think it's going to take 2 people and maybe 3 to do the job that Shirley was doing.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think that says a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, she was fun. That last show we did with her at a SHOT show.
Yeah.
She was signing the books for us. That was pretty fun. Yeah,
Well, and she was just inherently so nice. And
Yeah.
frankly, I mean, we hang out with all you guys. So nice is not necessarily something that there's a lot of. I'm just saying. So
she's mad I called her Coy and Vance. That's what it is.
but she's just, but she was just nice. We can be nice. She was
nice. Yeah,
I agree.
I think
That's
that's what that is.
it's true. It'll be she'll be missed for sure.
Right. So there's so much stuff going on. Am I supposed to talk as fast as Rob Pincus did? Because
Talk a
I'm
little.
No, he
little
talks fast
A little
anyhow.
slower.
Yeah, a little slower. It's fine.
not sure I could wedge all that in. But as Rob Beckman was saying, the NRA Board of Directors elections coming up. The ballots will come out the 3rd week of January. It really is interesting. And so take everything that everybody said. Pincus said, Beckman said. I don't know who else was on earlier. I didn't catch that. I was making my husband a sandwich because I'm supposed to do that. So,
Oh, it's
but the old guard, I don't want to say lost, but 10 board members have quit the board since October.
Wow.
I don't know if everybody's paying attention to that, but it's really shifting.
Yeah.
And I think Beckman's right in saying, maybe they're not having nearly as much fun anymore because they're not winning.
Right.
And so when you're the loser time after time after time, pretty soon it gets to be less fun. And
Yeah.
so a lot of them have taken their crayons and gone home. And with that, you're seeing a shift and a change in the NRA. I mean, some of it's hard to swallow. Some of it's hard to take because we're working with the budget. I don't know if you have seen or heard in the industry, gun sales are down like 48% year over year. I mean, it's a huge number. And so there are going to be some gun manufacturers who do not survive this just because the economy is such that if they're not selling guns, they're not staying in business. And so the NRA is going to suffer from that because advertisers are going to pull back in because they're trying to keep the lights on, the doors open, their employees fed, and so we had to tighten up the budget really, really pretty tight this year. And so you're seeing that with the announcements that just came out in the NRA magazines about the fact that we're going digital with a lot of the magazines and in publication only on a quarterly basis. That's a huge change that there's a lot of people who are not happy about it.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to figure out exactly how you navigate through it. But just look at the cost of stamps.
Yeah.
I mean, the cost of ink and paper and
yeah.
all of that. So it's probably a thing that its time was coming anyhow. And this economy, this perfect storm, the fact that New York had gone after the NRA for so long that they had stopped marketing and advertising and talking about themselves. So all of it together is just kind of, okay, we hit bottom and we are coming back up out of it. So it's really funny to me that people are saying, oh, I'm seeing slight changes. And it was like, I can tell you the exact day that the NRA board switched power struggles and switched power centers and where we are and how it's shifting. But the NRA is going to be around for another 150 years.
Good.
That's
Hear,
what I'm
hear.
going to tell you. On my watch, it'll absolutely be there.
I think that's an important, thing for people to understand, that it's been around all this time. It's there. It's a mainstay. We don't need to, throw the baby out with the bathwater. Let's reform it. Let's, get new blood in there, refocus it. It's just like, chapter 7 bankruptcy or 14, whatever the one is that you do, where you basically reformulate everything. I think that's
Right.
the best way to do it.
Well, and in a big case, the NRA stopped talking about themselves completely. And so think about any company that if they didn't market for 6 solid years, where would they be?
Yeah.
If nobody heard another advertisement at all about something, where would they be? And that's kind of a bit of where we are, because most of the 2A writers and bloggers and podcasters never knew that the NRA brought you Bruin, that they funded the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruin, which is either the biggest case or the second biggest case after Heller. I mean, it's right there. I don't know if it's Heller and then Bruin or Bruin and then Heller, but they're big, and both of them have such meaning to us.
Yeah.
But that's where they continue to do the work. They just stopped talking about it.
Yeah.
So now we've got to start talking about it again.
And I mean, you make a good point with that too. 1871, the NRA is founded in New York State. 1871, New York State Rifle and Pistol Association, NYSERPA, founded in New York State, the 2 oldest gun rights organizations in the United States. And, over time, they're like, well, we've been around. Everybody knows who we are. And I think that's probably part of the reason why they stopped talking about themselves, because, they were the old dog. And I think that, to that point.
Actually, they stopped talking about them when the press went after, when New York handed them fodder, and the press went after them, and they just told everybody to shut up, just shut up. And so they stopped running ads, they stopped doing everything, and so it made them an easier target. And so we've just got an uphill battle because of that. But we're in a good place, and it will be a good place. The other thing I wanted to tell y'all and I don't know if Charlie said this, is Charlie nor I were made the top 5 in the Gundies. We are
Oh, yeah.
losers. We are Gundy losers.
No.
I'm just saying right here, right now, we are. You know?
But I am going to go out for the forever, and I am going to say Charlie Cook, the host of Riding Shotgun, a Gundy nominee, like the Academy Awards
There you
at
go.
the beginning of the movie, right? Oscar
There you go.
nominee,
That's it.
Charlie
Hey,
Cook,
I'm the-
Gundy
That's it.
nominee, host of
That's
Riding
it.
Shotgun with Charlie.
and you have
Right.
your own radio segment.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Radio
Yeah.
segment?
Because he spoke to the media.
That's
Yeah,
right.
That's right.
I'm trying to become the king of all media.
There you go.
Okay,
Hey,
Howard.
That has a ring to it.
It
I know.
does.
Where have I heard that before?
Imagine. Yeah.
Oh man.
Sorry,
losers.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks a lot.
Oh, the Bay City Glock. What is he? The Bay City Glock.
The Bay State King of Glocks.
Yeah,
He
there you
only,
go. Bay
Glock.
State.
he only has 4 safes full of Glocks and ARs.
Yeah.
Just know that Petrolino, who kind of hangs with us,
Yeah.
he made it. So you don't think that
Coming
it's
up.
going to be rubbed in like salt and
Oh
here's
yeah,
the wind.
Petrolino. will-
Oh my God,
Yeah.
he's gonna use
Nope.
sandpaper to rub that salt into that wound.
You know what, Charlie? What's hanging behind him that I made fun of in a couple of those shows? The little a
Oh,
hat.
the tri-cornered hat
And what does it look like?
looks like
Undie?
a pair of underwear.
So
I
we
think
say
so.
instead of Gundies,
Is
he
undies.
got the
Undies.
undies. He got
You
it.
got
He
the
got,
undies?
he's one
Right.
of the undies.
The
Nominees?
undies winners.
Yeah, top
Right.
5.
So,
Well,
top 5.
and you
Hold on,
can't
so-
use that because that's an award given in the porn industry.
Oh,
Is it? Oh,
No, I'm just.
I was
making
gonna
that up.
say, how do you? I don't
There
want to
is-
know how you know.
I worked in
that's the
Hollywood.
panties.
There's a lot of cross pollination there. It's just what happens in Hollywood. We were talking about
Ironically, their
casting
whole- their
couches
whole-
earlier today, so
Ooh.
Their whole business is based on cross-pollination.
something
lot
like
of
that.
There
So,
We
is a-
digress.
Yeah.
We digress.
Getting back on track. So Petrolino was one of the top 5 in his category of top 2A
Right.
voices. So he
Yeah.
he is not going to be able to make it to Vegas to the SHOT Show, but he was one of the top 5 nominees. So
So if he wins, will someone else? Can you accept the award for him?
I told him I would, but I think what they do is they let the I think they might let the winners know,
And
then
shoot a
I think he's
video,
gonna-
yeah.
he's got to make a video. Yeah,
Yeah.
Right, because Charlie's hair is just not nearly as nice.
it's really
It's
really
it's
his
not
fault.
that stand up, matte kind of
Right.
stand up coif, whatever that thing
Yeah,
is.
it's not what. Yeah, I don't have that.
Yeah. Matt puts pomade in his hair. He's a Dapper Dan man.
Palming. It's wax. we digress.
Exactly.
Wax
Well,
off.
we're terribly sorry to hear that, Amanda. You should have absolutely
Yeah.
been the winner. So we will
What were they thinking?
root for you next year.
So
Wow.
Dan, were you nominated?
No, but I was cheering you on.
Okay, I appreciate that. I
Yeah,
I
thanks,
appreciate
Dan.
that.
Wasn't he cheering you on? He wasn't cheering me on. You can only vote for one.
I know it. I was like, sorry, Charlie, I'm voting for myself.
Sorry,
I
Charlie.
completely
Sorry,
understand.
Charlie.
That is a two-way street. Bill.
Charlie
That is a
bit me.
two-way street. Who's the best tuna? The chicken of the sea. That's right.
So Charlie, you got to inspire me. I want to get nominated. Who do I gotta give a ride in a car to?
So I don't even know how you get nominated. I have no idea how you get nominated. I know you can nominate people. So I nominated Petrolino, and I've nominated a few other people. I really didn't want to
Not
get
me.
Amanda involved in this nonsense. But she got involved, and we're like, all right, now she's in. So
What was really
you know.
crazy was that Charlie gets an email from them saying, congratulations, do some advanced prep work. I never got an email. Tom Knighton, a couple other people were like,
Caught in spam.
we just showed up, right? And it was like,
Right.
You're like, cool, I'm here.
hey, look at this.
And
I
then
went
they
looking
pop-
for Charlie and I found me. Then I was like, okay, I'm not voting for you,
Wait a
Charlie.
second. I'm looking for Charlie. I found me. Wait a second.
Oh goodness. Too much.
Oh,
Oh, what a great family. What a great
Yes.
group of people that we hang out with.
It's
How
awesome.
fortunate are we?
Amen. Amen. to that.
Amen. That's for sure.
So Amanda, how can people? I always say stalk you for me, but I don't want to say that. That sounds creepy.
Yeah,
So
that's
how do people find out about you? Yeah, like Jim Stoker's face is like, what the hell is he talking about?
Yeah. So I'm most active on Facebook, which dumps to Instagram. So, but if you message me on Instagram 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, I may notice, right? That would be that. But Facebook, I'm a lot more interactive. You can find my podcast, Eye on the Target Radio, wherever podcasts are available. And you can go to my website, Eye on the Target Radio. But that's kind of it.
Cool. Well, always awesome to hang out with you and have you. And we were going to ask, is the NRA doing the little media section like they did last year?
Voice.
Yes, they are. Voices of the Second Amendment.
Nice.
So if you guys are interested, let me know. Send me an email, and I'll forward it up to the to the correct people. We're expanding it. We're moving it more to the center. We're changing some signage of it. Last year was hugely successful.
Yes.
It was the trial and test year, and 540, I think, segments were produced from the show floor, from the NRA show floor.
Well, we were honored to be part of that, and we'd love to do it again.
For sure. We're both going to be there teaching, so we definitely will be there to do that too if you'll have us.
Yeah. So just reach out so I can forward it on to the powers that be, because I just kind of poke around the edges. I'm the chairman of that committee of the board, but that doesn't really give me any power besides being, I think I have an idea. And they go, yeah, right.
Yeah, they're like, try again.
Try again.
Not nominated.
Right. You didn't win the Gundy, so shut up.
Back to work.
Oh.
Yeah, you've lost
You
your
didn't even
hand.
make a top 5, right? Go look at the podcasters and see if you know them. Because I'm like, I need to spend some more time listening to podcasts. Because
I mean, of course, everyone knows Dana, but the other one I know was the gun lawyer podcast, Evan Knappen.
Right.
The rest of them I don't know.
Who?
So there's new people that are coming. They're up and coming, and they're hungry, and they're energetic, and we need to not rest on our laurels.
For sure.
That is a New Year's resolution right there.
Right there.
Yep.
Make shit happen in 2026. That's what I say.
There you go.
That's right.
Cool. It was awesome having you on. Merry Christmas.
Thanks.
And thank you for all the work you're doing, Amanda.
Yes, absolutely.
People have no clue everything that you do for the Second Amendment in general, let alone all the organizations, and we thank you for that.
Oh, no problem. No problem. It's a joyous place to be right now.
Well, Merry Christmas, and God bless us, everyone.
Yes.
Happy New Year to all y'all.
Little Clint.
Good night.
All right, we'll see you.
Take care. All right, so we're gonna let's move. Dan or Jim, either of you guys have a hard time? You got to be off.
Whatever works.
They could do rock, paper, scissors to see who goes next.
I got something I got to do tonight. So if you don't
Can
mind,
you throw me off? I can't.
Oh, you hang it off?
I can't. I'm stuck in this room with
Get out.
All right, so I'll put Dan.
Go ahead, Dan.
I'll put Dan in the middle there because Dan seems like he's got somewhere to be, and we'll bring Augie in. Just hi, Augie.
Hello.
Hey,
Augie.
Get you in a little bit. Well, look at all this stuff in the background. Squirrel. Anyway, Dan, how you been, Dan?
hey, good. Merry Christmas, everyone. And,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Dan.
it's good to see everybody, and all has been great in 24. Just got the chance to hang out with my good buddy Charlie Cook recently in New York State. We dragged him up here kicking and screaming, but he
I'm so disappointed I couldn't make that.
yeah
no, we tried getting you on, but
I was teaching a class. I had 28 students in the class, and I'm looking at my phone. 9 hours of teaching. I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, I don't see it. And I text you, and you're like, I emailed it to you. I'm like, damn it. Go to my email, and yeah, we'll have to make sure we do it again.
we'll do it again. And what we can do, Matt, is just bring you on the show as a guest, and just I'm sure there's so much stuff we could talk about, but. Yeah, all good over here. I mean, we're doing a lot of stuff. The Loaded Mike show is doing really well. We're having a lot of fun with that. Our studio is building in New York, so we're bringing in other podcasts and other shows, and doing a lot of stuff for Gun Owners of America on the Gun Owners Foundation side. So I'm doing a video series every week, a weekly video series called Bullet Points with Dan Wass, and that's for GOF, which is sister arm of GOA. And having a blast with that stuff. And, writing for AmmoLand and News 2A. So there's a ton of stuff, a ton of media stuff. I just recently did Chris Salcido's show on Newsmax a couple times. did Ted Nugent's show. Just a ton of fun stuff. I love this. I guess this industry, if you want to call it that, the Second Amendment, community, because there's so much stuff to do media wise, and there's so many good people involved. That's I'm digging it. So we're having a lot of fun.
Good. Well, I was looking, and I don't see we haven't had you on
I don't
our
think
actual
yeah.
show.
I don't think Dan's been on the show with me.
Right.
No.
You've been on the shared show with Charlie, but you've never been on the actual, because I'm looking on IMDb and you have no actress credit from us. You got it from your own stuff, but nothing from us.
Right. Well,
We
hopefully,
got to make that happen.
hopefully today will give me a feather in my cap. I don't know.
It will be musketeer.
We'll call it macaroni. How about that?
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Very nice. Well played,
Yeah.
Charlie. Well played.
And I just got to show, like, if you're gonna get it, you got to get them.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Boy,
right?
those look really
They're pretty.
Very
Pretty
colorful.
books.
pretty books.
Yeah. Look at those books.
Goodgunbadguy.com.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, what a boy. I look back and that's when I actually had time to write my book series. Now
Yeah.
I'm writing for everybody else. And I'm waiting. I'm trying to get book 4 out, Good Gun Bad Guy 4, but it's just the problem with that is I'm so busy with the GOA scripts and writing for other publications that I'm like, oh, this is a great idea. This should be in my book.
Yeah.
But
Back
instead
burner.
it's going to Amaland or it's going to somebody else. So, but I'm still working on it, and the 4th book is going to be really cool. So I'm looking forward to getting some time to work on that.
Do you write all yourself or do you use AI?
No, I write myself. So definitely.
See, what is it with people? People have forgotten Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
We got a generation that's forgetting 9/11, and people are completely forgetting Terminator.
And they don't know how to use maps.
Forget
Atlas.
Terminator, man.
If you have a sentence or two, sometimes I'll have something. I'm trying to get a point across. I'm trying, and I keep writing this one sentence, and I'm just not making it. It's just not getting the point across, and I'm feeling stupid. So I'll throw it in ChatGPT, and I'll say, rewrite this sentence, and it rewrites it. And sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's not.
Yeah, it says Zeke Stoughton, and it's not supposed to.
There was a story earlier on. In the episode,
earlier tonight, another guest. Oh goodness.
For the most, absolutely write everything myself. I'm wondering where we're going to go here. As a matter of fact, I'm writing an article now. It's going to be a script for Gun Owners of America for Bullet Points video. And what it was I read an article that was written by AI, and it was interesting because it was almost an instructional article for the anti-gunners to be careful of how they ask questions, what questions to ask when they're talking to gun owners, and it was an article that kind of was almost educating them on how to deal with the gun owners. You know what I mean? Because we pretty much cut them out of the conversation. As far as I'm concerned, they have no business in the conversation. We're done. They're a bunch of liars, and it's hard to have an conversation with the anti-gun crowd. So, but it was interesting because I could tell it was written by AI, and the article itself was so filled with a lot of that anti-gun rhetoric and terminology and things like that. I could tell that it was definitely biased. So my fear now, and I'm glad you brought that up about AI, because my fear now is that AI is going to be the resource that everyone's going to go to, but it is definitely left-wing biased. And that's going to start shaping our nation and our overall narrative even more.
That's a good point.
I can see that for sure.
Yeah. Well, it's like the educational system, right? Infiltration.
Yeah, and Hollywood and everything. Yeah,
for sure.
So we have to. So the point is, we really have to continue to get our message out there in clear ways so people can understand it. And even the non-gun owners or the anti-gunners, they need to hear what we have to say, because we have the facts and the statistics on our side. They just don't ever hear them. That's part of the problem. So.
And that's why I applaud Charlie Cook for seeking out that show that he's on, the new radio show.
He's made it. He's made it.
this community need to do more outreach to
for sure.
to different media type people, because again, where are they going to get their information from? From AI, from anti-gun groups, or from Charlie Cook or Jim Stoker or Augie Macro or me or Dan? You know, so gun owners, instructors, people out there in the industry, reach out to your local newspapers, reach out to your local elected officials, like educate
politicians.
them. Yeah, certainly something that we need to take by the reins.
Well, and we're hoping that our little documentary will kick off. We're supposed to be going down to New York City sometime doing a documentary on firearms and
Oh, cool.
Clint and I. So
Excellent.
hopefully that'll pan out in 2026.
Yeah, we should just make one.
We should just do.
I know someone that has a studio and a
Yeah.
production company. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Next 2026 thing to do.
Yeah,
Cool.
let's
Put it on the list.
All right. Well,
Yes.
Dan, awesome to have you on. I know you got to bop out real quick. We got 3 more people in the back studio waiting to come on, so we appreciate you.
Dan,
Yeah.
are you going to be at our annual meeting?
You know, I missed it last time. I want to try to be there this time. I'm
Let's-
going to talk to Amanda because she asked me to do to be part of that Media Row thing. So I
Good.
want to do it this
Good.
year.
Yeah.
Good. Well,
awesome. You
let's
should.
make a point to try to connect at some point, break some bread, or at least hang out and shoot the shit for a little bit while we're in the meat space.
Absolutely. Yes, we've never actually hung out, so that would be great. I appreciate it. And thanks, guys. Have a
Yeah.
great time and good Merry Christmas and
Merry
Likewise.
Christmas.
all that stuff. We'll see you around.
Merry Christmas, Dan. See you, bud.
Take care.
Take care. All right. So, Jim, I think we're going to have you, but we got John Petrolino. I'm waiting for him to get back to me here. I want to make sure I don't see his camera on, so just want to make sure he's good. I know he's going to pop in and say hi quick, and then, we'll let
Oh
him
yeah,
go about his thing.
he's gonna brag about that Gundy's thing while Charlie's here. You
Yeah.
know that's coming. So,
Is he jumping
sorry,
back on a
Charlie.
boat?
You know that's coming.
Yeah, I do all too well.
So I'm going to bring in our
It's
representative,
Rebecca Schmoy.
Rebecca Schmoy. Yep, John's sending me a message, so he's saying something. But let's see. How much time do you have, Rebecca?
Honestly, this is the end of my day. I've already done some radio stuff, already done some family time. So this is the end of my day. You got me.
Cool.
Awesome.
I like
Boom.
that. All right, let's see.
You're not trying to pass a budget in caucus or anything in Kansas or nothing like that, no?
Not
You
this
guys
close
are-
to Christmas, no.
You guys are done. Okay.
Just checking.
All right.
All right. Well, let's see what's going on with Jim.
Oh boy, where to start? It's been a busy year for FOAC. So, for folks that aren't aware, Firearms Owners Against Crime Institute is Pennsylvania only. I guess that's where we differ a lot from the NRA and some of the larger national organizations. We do file amicus briefs, things of that nature alongside the NRA. We do a lot of work, but we focus everything we can on Pennsylvania only. We have enough issues here that there needs to be somebody keeping an eye out just in PA. And that's the role we take. So my predecessor, Kim Stolfer, going back 30 years, got fed up with the gun control moves that were coming in and took a stand against them. And we've been at it ever since. So, Clint's in the organization. He's my right-hand man here. I can't do much without him, that's for sure. And we're constantly traveling back and forth to Harrisburg. So we've had some good moves this year. It's good anytime you get a new attorney general that's willing to not only have a sit down face-to-face with us, but give you his private text, private cell numbers. So you can have those conversations. I get messages from him late at night sometimes whenever he's available, but I'll take it, because it's the influence that you need to try to keep some of the things moving forward we're trying to get done. A lot of time in the courtroom this year. We've had some Supreme Court wins here in Pennsylvania, Commonwealth Court in Pennsylvania, which is the first level of appeals court, and your filings against state agencies. We successfully sued the state police here over delays in the background check system. I don't know how many lawsuits we're in with small municipalities over discharge ordinances and all the different ways they try to infringe at the local level, which is preempted here in Pennsylvania. And you would think that law doesn't exist for the amount of violations that we have to deal with. The number of messages we get on it, Greenville, Borough, Penn Argyl, the list goes on and on. So we're pretty active. Been spending a lot of time in the courtroom lately, which means a lot of money. A lot of money means a lot of need for fundraising, and that's something that we struggle with in PA. We don't have the big multi-million member association So we do get out there. We teach seminars. Clint and I have been on the road a lot. One morning we testified in front of the Senate in Harrisburg, made the 5-hour drive up to Erie, taught a 6 p.m. class in conjunction with the USCCA, and then drove the 2 hours back to Pittsburgh. From there, that was a long day. I think he kept checking on me, thinking I was falling asleep at the wheel. Which
I kept you up because I kept clicking this.
Yeah, you kept clicking.
I did that earlier, and I'm like, it's going to drive me nuts.
That killed about 2 hours of our conversation on the way to Erie. Was him how many times he could pull the trigger without setting it off.
Oh, goodness.
So, but we spend our time doing that sort of thing, and the seminars, the teaching, the private clubs that have us come out and teach anything from concealed carry law to a lot of the basic intro classes. And we've come up with a new training menu that we put out for any sporting organizations. We teach for all the state reps here in PA that are Pro 2A.
Nice.
Senators use us very rarely, but occasionally they got their hands full. I think they're much bigger districts, but yeah, it's been busy. And now the Great American Outdoor Show coming up right in Harrisburg. So we'll be there. We'll see you guys there.
Yep.
Charlie, we missed you at the Rod of Iron this year.
Oh yeah, I couldn't make it.
Yeah, Amanda did the maitre d' for the day the day I spoke, and of course
nice.
they had they have the NRA, GOA, they have everybody else speaking, and okay, now it's your turn, and it's always very interesting for me because I've got to make my speech up on the fly because I don't want to repeat what everybody else has gone over. But we're able to really focus on strengthening preemption, trying to make it a more of a punishment. I mean, Harrisburg City, we just beat them in court. What is it, the third time now in a year? They've spent $100,000 fighting us because they want to have an ordinance that prohibits you from carrying firearms during a state of emergency, which higher courts have already ruled is a violation. It's illegal to do so. But they'll throw $100,000 of taxpayer money at us, and we have to privately fund these lawsuits trying to stop it. So we've got our hands full. The sheriffs, some local sheriffs that are trying to make their own rules on how license to carry gets done. And we come up with we have 67 counties here in Pennsylvania. We found 14 of them were refusing to issue licenses to folks from out of state. We had to correct that because that's a violation.
Really?
In the middle of fixing that, the U.S. Department of Justice weighed in with us, which made it a lot easier. Yeah. But, that was kind of unexpected.
That timing was amazing because they thought we had something to do with that.
Yeah.
I'd love to claim it, but.
Yeah, I just called Pam Bondi and said, hey, do me a favor. Would you send a letter?
Hey, Pam.
Yeah. And now the irony of it is some of those sheriffs that we were dealing with are still violating the issue laws with delays in getting the license to carry out the door, mandating
stuff like that.
We have a member of the organization who's a naturalized citizen. They told him he had to prove his naturalization to apply for his license to carry, and nowhere in our statute does allow for that. So when we corrected them on that, they fixed it, but then they told him, well, your appointment to pick up your license is 62 days. Well, our state law is 45, which is ridiculous enough. Yep. But it doesn't give them the right to just pick and choose when they want to hand you your license to carry. So that's the stuff we get drawn into, and it's grassroots money fighting tax money, unfortunately.
Well, keep up a good fight. I'm hoping to help out as much as I can next year to push it too.
I know you're on board, Matt. Not a problem. It's been a busy year for all of us, I think.
Yeah, it's been a crazy year.
For sure. Super.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks for giving us the rundown. Best way for people to check you out, help out, get involved.
2apa.org. 2apa.org. We're actually in the middle of moving everything in the Nation Builder, trying to grow the organization. So right now it's just memberships and awareness. We do a lot of emails, a lot of updates for members and subscribers to make sure it gets out there. Clint works very hard on a newsletter with one of our board members, Steve Laspina, and everybody's engaged. That's all we can ask for is people to pay attention. I think there are too many people that just assume somebody else will do it. And next thing you know, it's down to a handful of us fighting in what is literally a keystone state for gun rights.
Yeah. Absolutely. If anyone wants a last-minute Christmas gift, go onto the website and buy a Gun Bash ticket, and then come to the Spring Gun Bash. That'll be in March 14th.
Yeah.
Yep. You can buy the ticket, though, and not come, although that would be a huge disadvantage because you'd miss out on hanging out with us.
Absolutely.
Clint MC's the day.
Yeah.
For sure. Cool. Well, Merry Christmas, sir. I know you got the family there and such, so we'll bid adieu. And
thank you, brother. It's good seeing everybody.
Likewise.
Good to see you.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
We'll catch you soon, Jim. Merry Christmas. So let's see. You guys got to actually Augie's next, right?
Yes, coming in from the upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got bang on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, Augie said, where should I call in from? So
Well, I mean, I would do that downstairs in the other room because that's where we have the set up.
Mhm.
But he has drums set up in there right now, so we had to modify.
yes. Yeah. So Augie has a show, and he's going to talk about it here in a minute. He's been doing the show for quite a while, and one of his main sponsors is Meet the Pressers.
Yeah.
So and Cryptid Creatures, his show, is one of the sponsors of Meet the Pressers. So it kind of balances out, and it gives us an opportunity to do some collaborative things behind the scenes. So Augie, why don't you tell everyone about your show, bro?
Real quick. 165 episodes Augie's been on of Meet the Pressers, because if people don't know, he was one of the voices. Actually, Mantis helps shooters suck less.
He does all of the the sponsor reads. So actually, if you go back to season 1, he talks like this.
He does. You see his voice change.
Every episode he gets lower and lower.
Mantis X helps shooters suck less.
That's awesome. So sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Augie. I just wanted to get that important fact in there. So take it away.
Yeah, do it again.
Do it again.
Mantis X, yeah.
Oh, Mantis X helps shooters suck less. Anyway.
Nice.
Okay, so
Cha-ching.
my show is Cryptid Creatures with Augie Macro. It is a documentary series on YouTube where I discuss cryptids and folklore, urban legends, mysteries in history, and various other interesting things of that nature. We have 2 seasons out so far, the complete first season, and then we have 11 episodes out in season 2, plus a feature-length documentary, The Grand Tour of the Cryptids, Creatures, and Curiosities of the Keystone State, where we travel around the state and look for cryptids and ghosts and weird sites of interest and whatnot. So
the stuff you put together, man, is just freaking amazing. Genius level stuff, and the in depth on it.
Yeah, he does all the research, and basically, I'll say, "Okay, boy, where we going?" And we've scheduled the last 4 years. We've scheduled our family vacations around the show. So where do you want to go? Let's go up around the Great Lakes and go find the Hodag in Wisconsin. Okay, so we set it up, and I have him. He routes out the route, sets up the itinerary. My wife will take care of craft services to make sure we have food, and she'll do some of the calls to make any arrangements. Like if we happen to go to a museum or somewhere like that to try to get permission to shoot and do our filming on the location. Or we'll just go across the street where it's public land and just see it in the background if we need to. I've done many years of shooting guerrilla style in Los Angeles on low budget movies, so we get the shot no matter what. But yeah, he and I we've got to trounce through the woods, some really cool places, and see some cool stuff. And it's one of the things I really look forward to. Or actually, today we went and shot. Tell them about what we got today and the last couple days, buddy.
Well, the next episode we'll be releasing is called the Cemetery Special. So the premise of that, it's not focusing on a cryptid or a paranormal something like it usually does. It's just we've been in so many different cemeteries for different episodes. We decided to put together something just about interesting cemeteries and grave sites. So like what we've been to, like yesterday we were all over the place, or 2 days ago we were all over the place driving and filming. We saw Andy Warhol's grave. We saw this really neat graveyard where like it has this big stone revolving door, and it's pretty, lots of different things, which you can see whenever we release that episode. We'll release that at some point after Christmas. But today we were filming at Unity Cemetery in Latrobe at the grave of Mr. Rogers. And we went into Latrobe, and there's a statue of Mr. Rogers. We filmed there. He's in this nice little mausoleum, and the door was locked, so we got footage like through the bars to see his actual crypt, the name on the side of it. But
wow,
yeah,
I didn't even know it was when your dad was telling me that earlier today. I didn't even know he was in Pennsylvania. That's
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Mr. Rogers?
He grew up in Latrobe and WQED's in Pittsburgh. So
Yeah, Mr. Rogers. That's. I tell people when I teach outside of the state, I said there's 3 things that you don't talk crap on. One is the flag. One is someone's mama, and you don't talk crap about Mr. Rogers. No.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, no, that's a no-go. Yeah,
you'll get into a fist fight talking crap about Mr. Rogers, which
he
is
probably would
ironic.
be rather disappointed if that was the outcome.
Yeah, wasn't he a Marine, or was that
No,
made up?
that's a
Fallacy.
wives' tale. Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, Augie, it's awesome to see you. And go ahead, Charlie.
Before I have to ask you, this thing over your shoulder looks like a mix between Kermit the Frog and a Groot gone bad or something. What is that?
Which that
The
Your
green
left
one.
shoulder. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it looks like a Kermit the Frog.
Oh, he
And,
had something stuffed up his butt. That's why he looks so rough.
Whoa.
Yeah, all of these are puppets. That's one of the fun little quirky things we do in each of the episodes. I make a puppet.
Very cool.
So this
And
is
look
a
how-
lizard person.
That looks like Hollywood.
That's what Nancy
Quality.
Pelosi looks like when she takes off her shell.
Yeah. No hammer needed. Or when she's hammered.
Oh my God. That's awesome.
Amazing.
That's very cool, man. And you make that yourself?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got a lot of talent, buddy.
If it's a cryptid that's at a location, we try to take the puppet and shoot video of the puppet in the location of where the cryptid was spotted or where it normally habitates.
We'll do dramatic recreations.
Yeah.
Of
Well,
sighting.
Speaking of lizards, I think we're going to have our next lizard come on real quick. He's driving, so we'll have him hop on for like 2 seconds and say hi, and then we'll get Mrs. Schmoy to say hello.
We'll wrap up the season with Rebecca Schmoy. Christmas with Rebecca Schmoy.
There you go.
I love it.
Yes, Augie, hang on for a bit while Petrolino's here, because he actually did a really, really wonderful article about Augie's feature-length show. I thought it would just be kind of cool that they were both on at the same time.
You there, John?
Can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you
Oh,
loud
yeah.
and clear. Turn your mic.
Oh,
on.
nice. How are all of the Patriots doing?
We're doing good. How are you?
Well, we're not up for any Gundies, but we're doing okay other than that.
Was that a little bit of a sour tone to that, Charlie?
No. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We've got a little support group going on. It's okay.
I know you can't see, but I'm sporting your Decoding Firearms book right here in my hand. So.
Oh, thank you very much. So how's everybody doing? Augie, great to have you on with us. How are the squonks, Augie? I got to ask you.
He pulls.
Yeah, you can't see, John. He just pulled out his squonk puppet.
He whipped one out.
Okay, it's the squonk puppet. That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, so if anybody tuning in, absolutely go and check out Augie's channel. And if you watch his feature-length documentary, not only do you get some really awesome information, and like he goes deep. He's like talking about the different eras and I had to do research just to cover his documentary. But what's really neat is you get to watch Augie grow up and like in out of order. So like there's like these little early, cave explorations with Augie. And like I didn't know if he was the creature or you're looking for a creature because he was so young. Really phenomenal work there. And the recreations, I love like the hairy ape arms, like grabbing the apples and stuff. Like, so there's some really cool stuff. So like massive kudos to you. And who else is on the line? We have Rebecca. Is Rebecca Schmoy on the line?
Mm-hmm.
Rebecca Schmoy is here.
Rebecca, how are you? How are the crab cakes? I think they're great this time of year.
Yeah, well, in Kansas, we don't have them quite as good as what you get them, unfortunately.
Awesome,
Did you have
awesome.
nice fall foliage?
Absolutely. The fall foliage was beautiful. So what's going on with you guys?
Just trying to keep up with you, John. That's all.
Yeah,
we do.
we're just trying to keep up.
Just
Yeah.
having this cool show with great people tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's been a wonderful year, and we were just talking to Dan Dan Moss on Friday about a lot of the stuff that was going on. And like, stop me if I'm repeating some of the stuff that Charlie may have talked about. So, Charlie, did you talk about AmCon any?
I've not talked about Anakin. I talked about how I did hop on a radio show and get a regular spot on there.
Dude,
But,
Charlie is killing it on the radio show every week, and it's phenomenal. It's Freedom Fridays, right?
Yes.
And Charlie is nailing it. Absolutely. Very proud of the work that you're doing there. And I agree. I think it was you, Clint, who was saying that we need to get outside of the echo chamber and talk to people that are, you know, maybe freedom oriented, but they're just not gun people, you know. And I think these are very important things. My big beats this year were covering, well, let me back up. Last year, my big beat was covering racial bias in New Jersey. And that was my presentation at GRPC last year, talking about how, you know, black applicants are denied more than 2.5 times their white counterparts on a subjective standard for permits to carry. Well, once that all got sussed out and a research organization did a more formal study on the data that I had found, and when they normalized the data for population, they found that black applicants are denied 10 times more than whites. And this is on subjective standards. So one of the things that I'm really pleased to announce is this year legislation was released in New Jersey. It was introduced. It hasn't gone anywhere, but it was introduced to where it's going to be holding people accountable, where the Attorney General has to create a report talking about the denials and why people are denied with all the demographic information and some sort of an excuse. So that was kind of a big win. We'll see what happens next year if that gets re-released. And the other big thing going on in New Jersey right now is we have a permit to carry fee nullification initiative. And in the wake of NYSERPA versus Bruin, you know, the Supreme Court said that the peasants have to be able to carry their pitchforks if they want to. And so New Jersey didn't really like that. And so naturally they were one of the Bruin response states, much like New York and California and Hawaii. And one of the things that they did is they increased the permit to carry fees from $50 to $200. And this is for a 2-year permit, so that's kind of crazy. What they did do, though, was, which was weird, is they took $50 to go to a state fund, a victim compensation fund, which the Third Circuit Court of Appeals said is likely unconstitutional. So that's probably going to be enjoined. And $150 of the fee goes to the local municipalities. So what's been going on across the state is local municipalities have been passing resolutions to refund their citizens the $150 fee back to them. So right now, and I've been covering this story very closely, it's a grassroots initiative and it's being championed by the New Jersey Firearms Owners Syndicate, the Citizens Committee for the Right to Keep and Bear Arms, which I serve on the board, and also NRA ILA. So the NRA is involved too. And we're up to now 14 municipalities. The 14th municipality just passed a resolution, I think last night or maybe the night before, I can't remember. It was South Toms River, and they passed a partial rebate resolution where they'll refund $100 of the $150 back. But the key thing is with these resolutions, the townships are, you know, acknowledging the unconstitutional and punitive nature of these fees. So that's kind of been like one of the big beats this year for me.
Well, it's a lot going on there for sure, and I think staying on top of it, it can be definitely frustrating. So good for you for doing that.
Yeah, no, it's been great. And of course, just whatever else comes my way. I heard Jim on the line, and, you know, they've been spanking sheriffs left and right, and I really love what they've been doing. You guys are killing it. It's absolutely phenomenal work. And, you know, it's crazy because you do have this preemption, and for some reason, Harrisburg thinks they're special. All of these towns and these cities think they're special. These sheriffs think they're special. and they're not. What I'm waiting to see is I'm waiting for reciprocity. When are we going to get New Jersey reciprocity, Jim?
Yeah, that's a big lift. Although, really, I mean, with no training requirement in Pennsylvania, why wouldn't they have reciprocity with New Jersey?
I know, right? You guys, I bet you if you guys were able to pull in reciprocity, you would get all kinds of New Jersey members of your organization.
Well, as Jim was saying when he was on here, we as an organization, but Jim personally has quite a dialogue with the Attorney General now. So perhaps maybe that can be a seed that's thrown into his brain. But he's been dealing a lot with the preemption violations, and the Attorney General has been very open to hearing us out when we talk about, frankly, the amount of taxpayer money that these cities are using to fight laws that are illegal. Not to mention the hubris to say, "Oh, my name is Clint. I'm gonna, I'm the mayor of X town or whatever, and I'm gonna violate the law, and I don't care what you have to say about it." Like if any of us did that as citizens, we'd be hauled off into the pokey.
Well, then they turn around and they're like, and you can sue me, and the money that's going to come from your taxes anyways. So you're fighting your own taxes.
Yeah, we had a strengthened preemption bill that we did get passed a couple of years ago, but at the time Governor Wolf vetoed it. We just didn't quite have the numbers to overturn the veto. That legislation has been reintroduced, so we'll see. Our governor right now has been kind of staying away from anything that's gun related because obviously his goal is to run for president, and that's absolutely a known quantity. But when he was Attorney General at the time when we had strengthened preemption run through, he actually spoke favorably of it at the time. So he's always been a rule of law type person. So who knows? Like if we could get it through the House.
Is that Shapiro?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. I mean, politics is crazy. Who knows? So it's just a matter of can you line up the batters to be able to take the swing? That's the question. The hanky panky that goes on in the House is absolutely incredible, and the anti-gun Democrats right now control the calendar, so it's difficult.
Yeah. Well, you could see what happens in New Jersey's a perfect example. Phil Murphy went full speed ahead on gun control measures and pretty much completely destroyed any opportunity has on a national platform because that just doesn't resonate with everyone. Even if the party line is still leaning negative towards firearms, they're just not going to get the support. I don't feel they'll get the support if they have a very long history of anti-Second Amendment policies and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, I tell you one thing you need to do, and this is next year you need to be in town when I do a PDN training tour class in New Jersey. I want you to come join me on the range.
There you go.
I know. I absolutely want to do it, and I'm so bummed that I missed the field trip to visit the Jersey Devil. I really, really am bummed that I missed that. But yeah, we'll definitely have to make that work for sure.
Awesome.
And there is still an open invitation for you to come record your audiobook.
There you go.
We're going to have to figure that out as well. You know what it is? It's just crazy times. The schedule is nuts. Looking at the calendar, you know how it goes, man.
Well, everyone on this show so far tonight and traditionally and definitely the people on the screen right now, even though we can't see you, John, we know you're there.
I tried to put a picture, I couldn't.
We have a problem saying no. And the other thing is too, like
so true.
Like when I go to the zoo, you know what I end up doing? I end up picking up trash because I see a cup. I'm like, okay, I pick it up. We're all the type of people that when we see something that needs to be done and no one else is doing it, we'll do it. Yep. And I think that's a very good thing, but it also can be kind of taxing, and it really makes it hard to schedule having John come to my class next time I'm going to be in New Jersey. So we'll do our best.
For sure.
Oh, yeah. No, if you want to get something done, find the busiest person and ask them to do it.
There you go.
So, John, how do people find out more about you, get your book, and everything else you got going on?
So you can find me the penpatriot.com is the website, so you can head over there, and that's a clearinghouse of everything me, and also news tips. I want to hear from people that are listening in. My email address is John, JOHN at thepenpatriot.com. If you got tips, if you got love mail, if you got hate mail, send it my way. I'm always happy to entertain correspondence because that's how we get these things done. If through the networks and everything like that, that's where I get a lot of leads for stories. Clint, you're always been wonderful too with the FOAC stuff, and just like Josh as well. So just send them, John at thepenpatriot.com.
And we wish you the best of luck with the Gundy Award, because we want to be able to say that we've had Gundy winner John Petrolino on our show.
Right.
And
I appreciate it. Thank you.
and if you don't win, we'll call it the Undies Award.
Yeah, we can't do that. That's another thing in another industry.
You can at least say I'm a finalist. We made,
No,
we
you know,
made
he'll
it
be
this
he'll be
far, so I
no,
feel,
he'll be Gundy nominated writer.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, thank you, everyone. Have a great evening. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Merry Christmas to you, John. To you and your family.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
And then there was one, Rebecca Schmoy.
You gonna hang around with us, Augie?
I can if you'd like.
Yeah,
You're welcome to
You're
welcome to hang out and chime in if you like.
Rebecca, how are you?
She's good. She's on silent. She's on mute.
Hang on, unmute her. See if I can. No, I can't unmute her. You got to unmute yourself.
It's all you, girl. It's all this time and she can't say anything.
I know. This got to drive. Oh,
Now,
you muted.
now you're on
Yeah.
mute. Try it again.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Yay.
We can hear you now.
Man, it's good to see you guys.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Oh, it's been insanity busy. It's like the session never ended, and so this entire off session has just been nonstop. And then we're getting ready to go back into session on January 12th. So I very much enjoy seeing some friendly faces.
So it's a full-time legislature, right?
No, in Kansas, we are I call it the hard 90. We are a strict 90 days.
Oh, that's how it
and
should
that's
be.
90 calendar days. So we have to fit all kinds of stuff into that amount of time.
That's how it's supposed to be, I think.
Oh,
I
very
know in-
much.
I know
it makes it very difficult.
Yeah, in Pennsylvania, when you look at the history of it, when did all the stupid laws start to come out? Is when they had to justify their own existence by just, let's come up with more legislation.
Yeah, everybody says, oh, it'll be so much better if we could just go year round. And I'm like, no, because we would just find other things to fit in there. We don't take deep dives on things if it's a full time. We just add more stuff. And the more stuff we add, the more stuff we screw up.
So you've been a representative now for how many years?
Okay, so I just finished up year 3 and I'm heading into year 4, which means another election as soon as this one ends.
And you're going to do
So-
it. You're not going to be like, I'm done with this stuff. You're not going to be a Marjorie Taylor Greene or Elise Stefanik.
She's going to take the money and run.
The last time we had to run for office, so 2 years ago, I was like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this. I'm much better at holding people accountable than being the person. And then I had so much backlash, and everybody in my district was like, no, we trust you. We need you. Continue to carry our voice.
Good.
So I signed up to do it again, and then I broke my ankle, and we had to rearrange everything that it looked like to run for office. And so I was quintessential running from my couch because I could not get on porches. So then we had to figure out ways for me to be in front of constituents and engage with them.
You could have done
And
the
we worked it
back
out.
car of a train like FDR and done like a whistle top store or a whistle stop tour.
What we ended up doing was we ended up scheduling all of these like meet and greets and all of these come solve problems with Rebecca.
Yeah.
And they were great, and it worked out great. And I was able to sit and prop my ankle up while I was dealing with all that. Charlie and John at GRPC that year, they got me on stage and got me off stage. They were
remember seeing that.
fabulous.
Remember seeing that.
She's the first person that rolls for office.
Yes, I did, and it was successful. Actually, I won my second election while I was broken at 73% of the vote, when the first election I had was 65%.
Wow.
So
You just
this
gotta break your.
time,
So in Hollywood, they say break your leg. It's the same for politics. Just go break a leg.
apparently, yeah, everybody kept saying, well, maybe you got the sympathy vote. You know what? I'll take
I
it.
don't care.
I'll take it.
As long as
And
they
we're
vote.
not doing that again this time.
Yeah. No
That
break
was
me.
a one and done.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool.
So what's the craziest thing you've seen on the floor? Because they're not necessarily in Kansas, but like there's been duels, representatives that hit each other with sticks. Matter of fact, this year Representative Kenyatta said some really inflammatory things and like almost got into a fist fight in Pennsylvania. What's the weirdest thing you've seen like when you guys were like on the clock?
Okay, so it's funny that you mentioned that, but we had one day that I had 3 very controversial bills, 2 of which were firearm bills that I was getting ready to run that day on the floor. And it was going to be the Rebecca show, basically, other things going on. It was a full day on the floor, but all of the big, heavy stuff I was going to carry. And then right before my first bill that I was supposed to carry, there were some words exchanged on the House floor between one of the Republican representatives and one of the Democrat representatives, and they almost got into an altercation.
Wow.
And we had to shut everything down and go caucus. And during that time, they went, okay, well, we're going to pull all the controversial bills. So, Rebecca, sit down and be quiet.
See,
So that was a rough day for me. And
I would venture a guess that was staged just to get you off of the floor. I
you
bet.
know,
What they wanted
I
to do is
wouldn't put it past them.
they wanted to see her put her foot up somebody's
Her boot up somebody's.
yeah, break her ankle again, right up somebody's butt.
Yeah.
You could say
No,
I
it
snapped my
was-
foot off in his ass.
Well, that would be a worthy way to break it, I think.
Yeah,
But
sure.
a much better story than just stepping off of a step. But yeah, so that tanked a couple of our gun bills last year. And the other one, we had to bring it back from being quite as controversial and to just adjust the whole bill before we could run it again. And I had a very frustrating year last year. And so this year I'm getting around a whole lot better. And I did a lot of sitting and being quiet last year, and unfortunate for everyone except for my constituents, I won't be sitting and being quiet this year. My constituents will be heard.
Harumph.
Yeah, you soaked
Here,
it
here.
all in last year, right? I was looking at how you were on in 2020, season 2, episode 42 and 47, and then again in 2024 when we interviewed you. What was that? The NRA's annual meeting? Was that
Oh,
I think so.
When we were up and the skyline was behind. Yeah. That was a
Yeah,
neat
that was
shot.
right before I broke my ankle. So that was just days
Yeah,
before I was out.
Yeah, season 6, episode 12, you were on as well.
Yep.
Very cool. Nice. Long history with the show here. 2020 COVID timeframe and
Like I
government
said, I
overreach.
appreciate being here. I appreciate seeing you guys.
No, we always enjoy having you on and
sure.
just hanging out. All tonight. This has just been a wonderful like meet and greet to see friends and family and folks that are all very
Reminisce.
like-minded and
Reminiscing.
supportive. And
for sure.
we're very blessed to have a community that we work with that is so positive and active.
I appreciate all of you guys and being active. And I got to say, I know that I'm in Kansas, so I'm dealing with Kansas laws. But every single time you guys, any of your guests, any of the people that are listening into the show, anytime you guys stand up and speak out for freedom and for liberty, that makes my job so much easier. Because then I've got information to pull for other people. In fact, we're getting ready to run a bill in Kansas that we will be supportive of organizations such as Hold My Guns. And so we're trying to take some of the legal pressure off of our FFLs so that they can participate in programs like that with more confidence. And so anytime you guys are having those conversations and I can use that in order to push good legislation in the state of Kansas, man, I love it. Thank you so much.
Very cool.
Speaking of Hold My Guns, they just secured a really nice grant.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
there's going to be some wonderful things happening.
No, I'm excited.
Yeah, that's a great organization, and I think more people need to learn about what they do and how FFLs can get involved. And doing the
Sure.
stuff now with the storage lockers is really a fantastic thing too, which Yeah, some great things there. So there's a lot of great resources for people that are having crisis or mental health issues, and or just like, you know, people that get deployed and they can't leave their class 3 stuff at home because it's supposed to be, you know, it's a great service that they have there.
It opens it up for foster families. I mean, the limitations are endless there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've had to deal with that, Matt, right?
Yeah, they made us provide a complete list of all the guns we had in the house, and you know, we were worried at first they were not going to approve us, but you know, they did.
That's because you wear that pomade. They saw your hair and they're like, "Oh, this guy, I can trust him."
He's trustworthy. Yeah, they don't have enough paper and ink, so that's what it was.
I always hate that. How many guns have you owned guns before? Yeah, and then like list them. I'm like, it'd be 80 pages. I don't remember. Right. I mean, 7 years ago, how many guns? I mean, you know, Mike knows. Mike's got his FFL. It's like, come on.
Right. We might have to sit down for this and talk about it.
Yeah. Let me just include a book. Anyway, Rebecca, it's always awesome to have you on. Catch up with you. Are you going to be at the NRA's annual meeting this year?
As long as we're not still in session, the plan is to be there, because that is where I get a lot of my information to be able to bring back and have good discussions about freeing more things in the state of Kansas. Always looking for opportunities to bring more liberty.
Good. Well, we'll certainly meet up and just break some bread or hang out or maybe shoot an episode. Perhaps we'll be at the Voice of the Second Amendment again. So if that's the case, we'll have you come in and sit down and join us for a spirited conversation.
Absolutely.
I love it. Those are my favorite kind.
Yes,
Awesome.
Indeed. Well, Merry Christmas to you and your family, and we thank you very much for taking time tonight to join us. And if there's any way we can be of service, please don't hesitate to call on us.
Thank you, guys. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. All right, Mike Pivovarsky.
We got a party crasher. And
yeah.
Glad to have him. We're staying late for you, Mike, because we love you.
Mike, have you ever met my son, Augie?
Mike is
muted.
Mike, have you ever met the mute button?
Nah, I muted him. I muted him when I brought him in because I didn't want to. There we go. Okay, start again, Mike.
There we go. No, but I have not met Augie, but I've, you and I have been friends for a year on Facebook and everything else as well. I feel like I've seen him grow up.
Yeah. It's been a while, and every episode he's on, his voice gets a little bit deeper. We were talking about how he's always done the sponsor reads and stuff for our intro. Yeah, you listen to the first episode, and he's like this, and now his voice is deeper than mine, and he's taller than me, and he's stronger than me. It's like
stronger than you.
Oh yeah,
really?
He's stronger than me.
You guys get into a wrestle match? I beat the crap out of my son the other day.
No, I haven't thrown down with him yet. I don't know if that's the kind of fathering that I'm looking to do, but
it is Festivus today, so if you're going to do feet,
it is time to air the grievances.
Yeah. We actually watched that episode tonight. That's a family tradition.
That's funny.
Yeah. So Mike, you're the Trigger Presses Union Local 2.
Yeah. Look at that.
The union boss is what I'm calling the folks now. I actually opened up a 3 in Philadelphia with Craig Penglaze. Yeah. So.
Very cool.
Yeah.
We'll have to get a union boss meeting together. Yeah.
That would be kind of fun. I think that will be something that will happen in the future. I'm thinking about opening up some more locals actually.
There we go.
We go through and do kind of more what I was originally intending with the Trigger Pressers Union. So Mike was on the show on Meet the Pressers. Now we've been on your show many times, collectively and individually, and we really appreciate that. Mike was on. Can you guess what season you were on our show? Let's see.
I gotta remember how to spell his
Season 1.
Season 1?
Yep.
And you had that brick wall we said looked like Evening at the Improv, and we thought it was real, and then you poked it, and it was one of those drapes. Yeah, that was kind of funny, actually.
That was back before this fake wall behind me.
What do you got there? I got to look a little closer.
It's all fake. These are just props. They're not real.
Well, hang on a sec. I'm thinking we're gonna maybe gave you your first actor's credit, but you were on Shadowglade.
Yeah, Shadowglade, Country Boys. I did
Country
did
Days,
local stuff here. So.
All right.
What's Shadowglade?
It was a sci-fi paranormal thriller.
Oh yeah, what'd you play?
No, that I was the armorer for that one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The acting credits would have been in Country Days.
So what'd you play in Country Days?
Nice.
It was myself. It was one of those real TV deals.
Oh, okay. So you weren't playing like someone's disgruntled uncle that was
no
on a search for
I got,
Thug
I,
number
got,
2
humanity.
is what he played.
I got no acting chops.
No.
I don't have any of that. So.
Actually, I think you would actually do very well.
I
Actually,
agree. I agree.
Yeah, I
So
think
As long as it's voice acting. Look at this face. I mean, look at this face.
season 1, episode 17, 2019, and then we had you on season 1, episode 14 for cameo, 2019 with Josh Prince.
Yeah, and I know I've been on more, but I think Matt's just slacking entering him in there.
yeah, I don't know. He's been doing this all night, and it seems like he is coming up shy. Maybe it's my recollection. I'm getting to the age now where I don't remember things so well.
Well, I figure twice a year we do each other's shows at a minimum, right? So
Yeah, that seems to be about right. Although I don't know when the last time we were on your show.
at NRA.
Were we? Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, that was a fun episode actually.
Shot-
we
shot
closed the
too,
place, didn't we?
That's right.
Yeah, they were like moving the fork trucks and stuff behind us.
You told us some
Right.
secrets there, and we're not telling anybody about them. We're not telling.
Oh
anybody.
no, got to keep them quiet.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it's always good to have you on and fellowship with you, man. You're one of the people that I always really, I mean, not one of, but we typically get to break bread and maybe I sit next to you and breathe secondhand cigar smoke, and it's
Get some
always
cancer.
I
fun.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's always fun to just sit and, I like to talk. You may not know that, but I do also enjoy I like to listen. So I've always enjoyed just sitting down, listening to you, just tell stories and
He's got a
yeah.
million stories.
It's yeah, just not on your show, right, Charlie? Right? It's, that's a story. I got to.
Hey, you haven't gone for a ride with Charlie yet?
I did a riding shotgun with Charlie, and he came to Orlando to did it. And I was so concerned about where we were driving because I was open carrying a Serbu Shorty that all I did was direct him for traffic for 45 minutes. He kept asking him, trying to get info out of me, and I'm like, take a right. No, turn left. Turn left. Here.
Mike has incredible story. You crack when you hear a bottle crack open. Mike's got stories all day long, like
true.
nonstop stories. They're hysterical. They're great. Get him on my show. He's like, all right,
The GPS.
We can't go down. We gotta be careful over here. Like, but we missed the turn. We gotta turn. No,
Turns
really,
into that annoying GPS sound.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
I enjoy doing your show, Charlie. We've been on your show twice, I think.
A few times, yeah.
Yeah, a few times.
Yeah, that one time we did the Chinese fire drill.
Yeah, around the
The Chinese fire drill the first time. Yeah. And then you
Yeah,
guys,
what I say, I'd rather drink piss than buy something at McDonald's.
Yes, I think so.
I've asked Charlie for a second shot, but my ratings were so bad. He's been like, I'm busy that weekend.
Well, he's gonna bring you back on with changing tire with Charlie. Like, when you get a flat.
He's just gonna have him drink, drive, and have a gun on him all.
Yeah, that's no good.
We're doing it all. We're doing it all.
Yeah.
I thought it was really funny. A couple years ago,
Closed course. Yeah.
when NRA was at down in Dallas, you guys, Matt and Clinton, you guys were out filming some stuff, and I was doing a show with Joe Mo.
Oh, we were solving the Kennedy thing. Yeah, you
were talking about the Kennedy assassination. I go driving right down the middle lane at 11 miles an hour. I'm like, hey, Clinton, Matt, what's going on?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
It was fun.
Yeah, it's a great group of people, man. Great group of people.
I'll tell you what. Every time we get to see you guys, and everybody else, we got you got guests lining up. The same thing we all do for the shows and waiting. But then when you any of the three of you and Augie, it'd be you too if you were there. Just walk past. It's not, hey, come on and be on the show. It's like when are we hanging out? When are we getting together? We're getting together after this, right? Because we're gonna go have a friendship together after this.
Yeah, I got to tell you, man. So Mike is quite the radio warrior, because he's got a real radio show. Yeah, totally. He's got a real radio show. He gets recognized by his voice, and at the NRA Voices of the Second Amendment, he booked like a booth for the whole day. He does the same thing at SHOT, like all day long. So like that's insane.
We just got. I know you guys were talking about it during the show earlier. We've already been contacted by NRA. They want us to come back and be one of the all-day, 3-day premiere shows for us. So they've already got us booked and planned to be there for the entire 3 days.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's great.
I guess we're not going to be then. We were asked to submit a resume today, I think.
Yeah, send an email. You said you want in? We're like, yeah.
Amanda says she knows somebody.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. That would be pretty
And
cool,
listen,
though.
and we got it. I know she was on earlier, but I've thanked her 100 times. We got in there because she came up with the list and gave it to him. And
Yeah,
we wanted it, so.
it was a real honor to be part of that inaugural
Yeah,
one.
inaugural.
When
Yeah.
she reached out and was, you want to be part of this? I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
yep. Spoke for Clint.
Yeah,
We're doing it.
Yeah.
She reaches out and she says, I'm gonna ask you a question. The answer is yes. You want to do this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how she works too.
Yep,
Yeah, I
it is.
mentioned earlier, most people don't understand or have any clue about how many things that she has helped to facilitate
Oh
for
my
the
gosh.
purpose of liberty and Second Amendment rights. Yeah,
Yep.
she's definitely pretty tied in.
She's a two-way warrior. That's for sure.
Mhm.
For sure.
Absolutely. She's
So,
awesome.
so Mike, you are recognized by your voice. Do women swoon when they hear your voice?
Yeah, I don't think swoon. If that involves running away, yes, but it's not so much swoon.
So, what got
said
you into
run.
doing radio? How'd you? I mean, you're like a space force cav recon scout or something like that. Right? Isn't that what you did?
Yeah.
I was in the infantry
Helicopter
for 11 years and in the cav for 20 after that. Yeah.
Okay, so what got you into doing broadcast?
So I was full-time cop or full-time military, but never at the same time. And in both of those worlds, I worked my way into the arms room or the armory as an additional duty, taking care of firearms. Always had a love of firearms. When I finally retired from police work, opened up a gun store. It was the arms room, and literally had an old buddy drop by that I used to, when I was in patrol. He was a DJ on the midnight shift, and I used to go hang out in there because we could go to the bathroom there and not worry about getting shot at his place.
That.
Yeah.
And he stopped back by. We'd lost touch. Stopped back by and was trying to sell radio advertising blindly, and we saw him, and then he pestered us for 6 months to do a show because he'd sit around and listen to these conversations.
Mhm.
And we finally did it. We did the first 2 shows and it sounded like an infomercial, and we said we're not doing that anymore. And we started doing a real show, and that was 11 years ago. We've been in the radio business ever since.
That's awesome.
We're on in 50 stations around the country now. We just we had a great year. We added a couple of big markets this year. And Charlie, just so you don't feel bad, there's no radio show category in Gundy's, so we didn't get nominated.
Oh,
Yeah,
So
he
you're
can't even
above
say he's Gundy nominated.
Yeah, we can't even say that.
so I was
Which is odd though, because we take all of our stuff and we put it on, where the podcasts go for all the replays.
Yep.
We're actually
Right.
rated as the number 5 Second Amendment podcast in the country, number 11 conservative podcast in the country.
Wow.
But evidently that doesn't count because we're an actual radio show with replays.
Huh.
oh my gosh.
I'm the
Well,
number one podcast in my house, but
was
I'm
wondering
the
where it's going.
number 2 podcast coming from my house that goes out everywhere else.
We oddly enough, and it's on our promo material, we put it on there. We are the one of the top radio shows and the top Second Amendment radio show in all of Cambodia. So
Oh.
that's
Nice.
huge.
How many
Realize.
listeners you got in Cambodia?
I bet you we draw 20,000 listens a month in Cambodia, and I have no
Really?
idea how or why. Yeah, I can show you those guys.
We got to start putting stuff in Cambodia, man.
I know, right?
I think they must make radios in Cambodia, and when they turn them on, it's stuck on the station we're
test
on, so we get a stat. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only way it happens.
They actually just listened to the show for directions.
That's it. Yeah.
Go here, take it right there.
How to get there, but we get them. We take we always put props out to Cambodia. Thank you. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
oh my God, that is
Mike
ironic.
dropped to Cambodia.
Yeah.
Well, so this is what I was thinking. Like, so last year, Petrolino and I were and the people, of course, were nominated for Gundy's last year, and we're like, you know what, we're going to try to do this, man. We're going to put our energy effort and effort into it. So I was doing content every day for the 15 days that they vote, and neither one of us made it to the top 5. So after last year, we're like, you know what? We're not doing this. This is ridiculous. So then we both got nominated. He's like, I'm doing one video at the beginning and that's it. And I'm like, I'm going to try to do something. And then he's like, all right, I got videos for the first 4 days. And then he put something out every day and I put something out every day. And, we're really trying to work, and I put it on Instagram, put it on TikTok, put it on Facebook, I put some stuff on YouTube. And lo and behold, he gets up in the top 5. But we were talking, we're like, how come Dan Was wasn't invited, right? How come Mike wasn't invited? Like, we need to figure out who we want to be in these categories, because unfortunately we don't know who a lot of these people are. You know, and like Amanda said, they're out of the top 5 shows, she's heard of one of them. She's heard of the Dana show. I've had Evan Knappen on. The other 2 shows, the other 3 shows, I don't know who they are. I know Whiskey and Windage was on last year, but the other 2 shows, I hate saying this, I don't know them. They're not in my circle of my Olympic circle.
Yeah,
so Petrolino and I, we got to come up with a list of our people that we're gonna bring our people in and try to take it over.
Yeah, we
there's a lot of folks
sat,
making.
we
I'm
sat
sorry,
and
go ahead.
talked about creating our own award
Yeah.
shows to take care of it, and we just kind of fell flat during the summer. I think we all got busy, but it's still on track for next year. We've talked to all the players, and I think we can make this happen.
Yeah,
Cool.
we'll
Now
do that.
you've got your event that you do at the brew house at SHOT Show, right?
You get paddled by the women in lederhosen.
Yeah, it's a horrible job.
Yeah.
Somebody has to do it though.
Yeah, and he goes to the club, and he goes out to the dinner he hosts.
Oh yeah, that too, right?
Monday night we'll be there again at the Hofbrau House starting at 7 p.m. You don't have to be a SHOT Show badge holder. You could just be wandering through Vegas and want a beer. Come on and join us. We'll be there again. And Charlie was there
A couple
last
years
year.
ago.
Yeah, a
No,
couple
it
years.
was
You were
2
there
years
last
ago.
year because you were a nominee. But now that you're not in the top 5, you can join us again this month.
I'm getting a ticket and I'm going.
There we go.
Right, I'm
There we go.
going. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's a
Augie
great event.
can come to Mike's event too.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
Oh.
I got plenty of ID that says Augie's 21. We're good.
Perfect.
Yeah. Like my all access. We'll get you one of those. All access. Did I tell you the all access at NRA? What happened in NRA?
Yeah, that does work. By the way, yeah.
Carry a ladder.
Yeah, a laminate or a clipboard. You can walk into just about any building if you got a clipboard and act like you belong there. Yep.
Yeah, just mumble to yourself angrily, and with the clipboard, you can get in. Oh, boy. Yeah.
Or a ladder.
That's like those guys
Yeah.
with the yellow vest and the ladders.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible.
That's the plan, man. That's the plan.
So
Well, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that we unfortunately will not be making it to the next SHOT Show.
No, we won't be there this year.
Man.
First time
Yeah.
in 15 years that I haven't been there, so it's killing me. But just too much going on. We added goats and maple syrup to the farm, so I'm going to be busy with that. My wife got in an accident in April, so don't want to leave.
I could go for some goats with maple syrup right now. Boy,
That would be tasty, wouldn't it?
Maple-based
It's
goat.
sticky too.
That's sticky. Yeah.
Yeah, but that washes off.
All washes off.
Wash it up with goat milk.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yep.
Yeah, Matt and his goats. I said you out goat roping today.
Now gives a new meaning to goat roping.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, we won't be there, but we'll be at an annual meeting. Matt and I will both be presenting at that, and
Great.
We'll be doing episodes somewhere. Hopefully, we'll be a part of the Voice of the Second Amendment. Otherwise, I'm sure we'll be visiting people who have tables at the Voice of the Second Amendment. Regardless, that's a really wonderful thing that the NRA has done there, and I look forward to seeing a lot more things change and improve with NRA leadership. Looks like we've got a good direction on the compass going.
Heading the right way. It's heading
Yes,
the right way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, sir. So the last question I want to ask, because we're getting close to needing to wrap up here. We're a little over schedule. I know we got a bunch of people still sending in comments. Merry Christmas to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie, have you ever had a traffic accident, hit a deer, or get pulled over while you were doing your show?
That's a great question.
I have not. I have gotten lost, of course.
Not with me. Did you get lost with Massad Ayub?
I did get lost with Massad Ayub in the car.
That sounds like a sitcom right there.
Totally.
Lost with Massad Ayub.
Yeah, so it was down in Florida. It was at the Florida Carry event that Kevin Sona did. I think the second year he did it, and it was one of those things where I had Mass's number. I don't know why I had Mass's number, but I had Mass's number, and Kevin talked to him, and I'm like, I got to get Massad Ayub on the show. So I confirmed his number and I called him up. I'm like, hi, Mass. My name is Charlie. I am a show where I interview people in the car, and I know we're gonna be at the same event in Florida, and I'd really like to have you on the show. Would you be interested in doing it? And he's like, Sounds fine. Thank you. And then it was it, right?
Perfect. It's perfect.
So we're doing the show, and I'm trying to drive in like a big square, and I missed the turn to get back to the campsite. And I know on the way to the campsite there was an airplane. There was an airport on the right hand side. So I drove. I'm like, I'm on the same road as the airport was, but I haven't seen the airport, so I don't know if I've gone too far or haven't gone far enough. So I went down this road. I turned around. I did a U-turn in some like little, trailer park neighborhood, and then I got back on the main road. Yeah. And then I turned around again, and then I went down past the airport. Then I turned around again. I'm like, does Masada know? Does Max know that I'm lost? Like, he's a smart man. He's got to know that I have no idea where we are. And so we finally get back on the right road. I'm like, oh my God, thank God. And I said, so we're not lost. We can we don't have to call your wife Gail and tell her we're lost and we need to be found. He says, this is the first time that an Arab has been kidnapped.
He's funny. Man.
Gold. It was absolute gold.
I tell you, I've had the honor of hosting a lot of really big rock star trainers in my career, and Matt and I have done together many times, hosted people, and I've had wonderful positive experiences with most of them. Yeah. But I can say Masad Ayub was the most gracious, respectful, and just giving. Genuine, like joyful person to work with. It was an amazing experience to work with him and host him. And he went way above and beyond what I expected.
Same.
Not to mention just the quality of the class that we took with him was life-changing to me. The Deadly Force instructor class changed how I teach, how I approach curriculum, how I train instructors. It was really a life-changing event, but he was just a joy to work with. Absolutely. It was such an honor to work with him. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. But yeah, he's funny, man. And he doesn't have he likes to make fun of himself too, which is something that you don't see much in this industry.
Yeah, I did the ILETA class with laser ammo back in the day, and I saw him there. And like every year I would go there, I'd get a picture with him, and then I said, "Hey, can we do our normal photo?" And then this was shortly after the negligent discharge on the range. And I said, has this affected your classes at all? He goes, nah, it's common for Arabs to be shooting guns in the air. And then I go, but it wasn't an AK-47.
That's right, yeah.
He goes,
every Friday night. Yep.
And he swears at me and walks away. I'm like, I pissed him off. And then, of course, years later, we host him. So it was like, it's just how he was. It's funny as heck.
Yeah, we had well, at the one range I work, and typically down at the ground is the safe direction on the range in my classes. There may be some exceptions here and there, like in very nuanced specific things, but I had one of my instructor candidates just kept muzzling up, and it's like, I like to say I have a strict do not point the gun at Jesus rule here, so don't no. And so we're there. He's standing here like this with his AR, kind of looking like an old Vietnam movie, like off of an old movie. And I turned to him, I said, "This ain't no Iraqi wedding. Put your muzzle down." And it was the timing. You had to see the timing of it. It got a good laugh on the range. Yeah, but that it stuck with him. He didn't point the muzzle up in the air anymore.
So
that's awesome.
Lizzie Ann. Amy Lucas, are you going to GOS? She asked that, and then she also is everyone going to GOS. So we will be at Great American Outdoor Show. I'm bringing a bunch of students down on that Monday. I think it's the 9th, and Clint and I are both teaching classes there this year. So.
Oh, you're doing seminars too, right? Yep. Okay, what days are your seminars? Do you know?
I don't know. Do you know yours, Shot?
Yeah, I'm doing the last 3 days, so I'm closing. So the Friday, Saturday, Sunday of the last days. I don't know the dates off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's I'm going to be there. Oh my gosh, the first weekend is the 7th, February 7th. I'm going to be there the 7th and 8th, the first weekend, Friday. I'm coming in Friday, and I'll be there Saturday, Sunday, and heading home Sunday.
Okay, yeah, I'll be there the 13th, 14th, and 15th. I'll probably be there the first weekend, at least on Saturday, maybe to help set up the booth. But Lizzie's going to be there with Firearms Owners Against Crime. Jim will be there. We've got a whole host of volunteers that'll be manning that booth. So if you happen to go to Great American Outdoor Show, check out one of the seminars. Charlie, where are you going to be hanging out? You hanging out in any particular booth, or you just kind of?
No, I'm just going to be working it. just going to
Okay.
be working. Petrolino's going too. So we're going to get content for his website called The Square Reviews. And last year I think I filmed like 4 episodes,
Good
3 or 4
job.
episodes with guys that are reformers that were up for election last year.
Cool.
Very cool.
So yeah, it was busy.
Hey, if you did an episode that was a pro-gun clown guy, would you ride in his clown car?
Pro gun clown guy. That just sounds so wrong.
Yeah, like if there was a clown that was pro-gun. We need to find, if anyone out there is a professional clown that's pro-gun, we need to have Charlie do an episode in the clown car.
There, I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to say no.
So
I'm going to say it's definite maybe.
I have a student of mine who's a professional gambler, and he just hired a clown to come to his kid's second birthday party.
I did train an instructor in Massachusetts, actually,
Yeah,
who
who's a clown.
is a Shriner clown.
There you go.
And he has a clown car. Maybe we just came up with an episode for you, dude.
What-
Yeah, there you go.
Can we get the fez? I drive the little cart around and put the fezzes on.
Yeah,
them?
man.
Oh, clown, like a literal clown car. Just get
Yes,
an itty bitty
yeah.
car, and we all dress up as clowns and pack in
That
it.
would be fun.
It's a lot of clowning around.
Totally.
Yeah,
Yeah. So Lizzie wants to do a show. All right, and be there the first weekend of February at Great American Outdoor Show.
Yeah,
Let's
that'd
do
be a fun show to watch.
So
You and Lizzie.
he's-
Yeah, that would be fun.
So you see how she worded that? That's our Charlie. I want to do a show with your Charlie. So you're our
With my
Charlie.
Charlie. I'm oh, there we go. Nobody owns me.
Oh, yeah. Amy is going to try to be there. And
Awesome.
Lizzie says 7/13. Is that the date she's? No, that's not.
7/13. Oh, that's the 7th to the 13th in February.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
like 7/13.
Those are the dates.
Is that like 6/7?
7/13.
Yeah.
Well, so we need to start wrapping this show up. But we've been talking to all of our guests and didn't really have an opportunity to really say anything about each other. So Charlie, what do you got coming up? What's on your radar for 26? Anything you want to wrap up about 25?
Oh man, I have. So when I was at, I'm kicking off. I just put out a show today with Sam Lickman, who is known as Sam the Gunman on Gun Owners Radio. So he was really cool. He's got a lot of gun trivia. I'm doing the Gun Owners Radio this weekend. We're recording the show on Friday. It's going to drop on Sunday. I'm kicking off 2026 with a show with Sarah Weaver, Randy Weaver's daughter. I interviewed her in Salt Lake City, so that's how I'm kicking off 2026. I'm trying to, I obviously want to keep up putting out shows. I'm doing some shows at the Otis booth at SHOT Show. I'm recording just podcasts there. I'm going to try to record some riding shotguns there at Vegas as well. Try to get some stuff when I'm in Harrisburg at Great American Outdoor Show. I'm planning on making it to the NRA annual meetings. Haven't set anything up yet, but I'm planning on doing that. And keeping on teaching classes. I'm teaching licensing classes here in Massachusetts. I'd like to, we talked about this earlier this year, Clint, I'd like to really step up my USCCA offering, teaching those classes, because I think
I know someone that can help you with that.
I know.
Of course you do.
Unfortunately, it's not me that can get myself going, but I want to offer more USCCA classes, because those bring a lot of really good stuff to people. And I do think that once people take their licensing class, then they flounder around and don't really know what to do. So I want to start offering those more. I do want to take some more training. I want to take a defensive shotgun class next year. I want to do a handgun class with my son, and I want to do a handgun class for me, be as a student and take the class. I would love to. I'd love to talk Petrolino into taking a class with Masad Ayub and doing a class with them, with a class with Mass with Petrolino. That'd be a lot of fun. But it's just keeping up and keeping things going, and trying to earn my way to get to the Gundy list for next year.
Well, we're rooting for you to get that. Absolutely. So you can take Gundy nominee off of your email signature and make it Gundy winner.
Gundy winner. That's right. That's the goal, right?
Well, very cool, man. I can help you with some of that, and I haven't set my schedule yet, but I hope to in the next couple weeks for PDN training tour. I'm hoping to do a PDN tour date in Massachusetts as well as New Hampshire.
Oh, cool.
Maybe one up in Maine too. So I'm going to really try to expand my PDN tour dates. I did 6 of them six of them this year,
Very nice.
It's been difficult with the day job. You know, Delta Defense keeps me very busy, and our new I guess I'm talking now. Our new non-lethal program is out, and it's a very, very cool program. An excellent opportunity to reach people who maybe aren't gun at all. You know, maybe anti-gun people. Let's get them into the fold, get them to take on some responsibility for their own safety, and see that even pepper spray is exercising the Second Amendment right, and we can maybe get them into the fold. You know, breathing the light of liberty. That program's really, really well done, and I've been charged and challenged to train a lot of instructors this coming year. So I'm going to be putting a lot of time into that. But it's PDN tour. I'm going to see if I can meet some more, get into more states. I was in New York. Matt hosted me. That was a very successful class, and Grant Gallagher hosted me in New Jersey. So I look to repeat those states, but also expand. Maybe one in Delaware this year as well too. So we'll see what the schedule kind of irons out. This last year was tough. You know, not to mention I was busy with work and a lot more responsibility with FOAC. You know, Jim says that I'm his right-hand man. Jim does the lion's share of the work, and I'm there to support him any way I can. But done a lot more last year. But I lost my mom last year, and going through that process of her living with us and then having to put her into a home and then going through the countless hospital visits and then the hospice and then ultimately she passed. That was rough. That was rough. My son experienced all that firsthand as well, and she's in a better place now, and you know, there's closure and we're moving on from that. So I look to take 2026 and kick the shit out of it. That's what I'm looking to do, and I look forward to doing more stuff with all you guys. Matt and I actually earlier tonight set our schedule for Meet the Pressers. So we have a schedule to do a minimum of 12 shows. We've been assigned to a new season, which is pretty awesome. So we're gonna have what's this gonna be, season 8?
Season 8 coming up.
Season 8. So we're gonna have a guarantee of 12 episodes, and then anything else we do ancillary to that, like, you know, extra shows at entering a new meeting. We may, you know, some new event comes on, maybe we're gonna pop in and do more of these live shows as well. So yeah, looking forward to a new year, man. Looking forward to it. And looking forward to more episodes with my son. Augie's been doing such an awesome job. He's so good in front of the camera, and you give him a piece of paper and like, here, become an expert on this subject in about 5 minutes. We're going to roll. And he gets up there and he's flawless. It's amazing. It's amazing to watch him develop and grow and communicate. You're such a fantastic communicator, boy. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. I got to see him firsthand, and it was impressive when I came up and did the
Cardiff Giant.
Cardiff Giant, yeah. When I hosted you back in the spring or summer, yeah, it was pretty cool. Pretty cool to see that.
So Matt, tell us what you got going on and what's coming up.
Oh, like I mentioned earlier, goats. We got 2 goats. So I built the goat shed off of our chicken coops. We're going to be milking goats. They're both pregnant. So we're milking goats.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh at that, but just
in the spring. And we still keeping steady with the 60+ chickens. Maple syrup. So from our show, one of my students had heard me talking about doing maple syrup in the past, and he closed down his operation. So I ended up purchasing his business over. So we're going to be doing maple syrup, starting to run lines in the next week as we're getting close to the season. So part of the reason why, SHOT Show. Plus, I don't want to leave it for my wife, with the accident in her neck and stuff. I don't want to leave all that work for her. Yeah. Great American Outdoor Show, NRA's annual meeting, be there recording and doing training. UTM, kicking that back off now with the Biden administration being gone. Nice. UTM's back to allowing me to go out and teach. So I've got a class in January in Maryland, doing an instructor week here in Lafayette, where I live, Lafayette, New York. In June, so I'll be doing NRA pistol instructor, USCCA, CCHDF instructor, Saber pepper spray instructor, UTM instructor. So I think those are all the instructor class. Basically, a whole academy week for that. And I got people from all over the country actually signing up to come in to do that. It's better use of my time. Saber in January in Maryland, along with the UTM. February, I'm going to be doing one in Elmsford, down by New York City here. And then June during the instructor portion, but also sometime in the spring, Saber's tasked me to go out and train all 200 plus of their employees, both in St. Louis and in Chicago, on their product, actually. So I'll be doing the end user class with all 200 plus of their employees. They asked me if I'd come out and train all their employees, which is a huge honor. So a few things going on.
Yeah, it's a great company, man. And I don't mean to laugh about the goats, but I will ask this while we're still on the goat subject.
You're gonna laugh about this.
Well, I'm not going to get into that. That I will not touch. But
little teats.
Ironically, it's the same way he gets the maple syrup.
Augie's out of here. Augie's
Oh,
like,
Augie jumped off.
He can't take this anymore.
He's like, yeah.
All right, well.
He's.
Yeah,
What are
I
you
don't
gonna
know.
say, Clint?
Yeah. I was going to say, do goats actually eat tin cans and like eat
They
everything?
eat everything, man. They are like little kids. They'll freaking
Literally kids.
Yeah,
They-
literally
that's- yeah,
kids.
yeah.
They are so freaking mischievous. It's like, yeah, it's a lot more than a dog. They're like dogs. You pet them, their tail wags. It's so cute, and they're bigger than dogs. So like you try, like they like mini jackasses, like mini, donkeys.
Could you ride a goat?
I'm sure, like, I don't know if I'd try, it might hurt them, but I think like a small kid could or something like that.
See, when I became a Mason, they told me that I would have to ride a goat. That was like, and everyone went, ooh, and they laugh about it. But there was no goat. There was
Yeah,
no goat. that
we
I
actually have 5 guests in our lodge over the past couple of days, and they just keep asking, "Hey, can we go look at the goats? Can we go? We want to pet the goats." So it's it's working out. It's good. We haven't even put it up on our listing yet to get people to want to book it because we have goats. But that's,
Yeah, but if pet the goat as one of the services might be seen as a euphemism. You may get a different level of clientele.
it's like the casting couch thing,
Right.
or somebody gets to
Yeah.
think that they get to like take
Yeah,
a
it's
goat
like
home.
all of a sudden you'll get like all these people booking. Like, what happened? And it's like they include petting the goat. Like,
Yeah, or lay with the goat. I think that might be
Petting the
better.
goat.
Can I lay with the goat? You got a couch.
Right.
couch
He's
for the
gonna
goat.
he's gonna be like, we have goats for petting and a 4-bedroom place you can rent.
Are the goats in the lodge? Because I don't know if I really want to, have a goat in there with me.
yeah, Matt's not going at all with the conversation we're talking.
Need to go through the same Frank did.
Yeah. Thanks, Frank. Merry Christmas, buddy. So with that said, man, this has been a wonderful night, and I got to say, Mike, the fact that you're on here is fortuitous because what I'm going to say applies to you too. I really, really treasure your friendship, all three of you, and it's great to hang out with you, and I hope we get to do more of this in the new year. And I wish you all a fantastic Merry Christmas with your family and a great new year. And please don't hesitate to reach out to me if I can be of any service.
Likewise,
Wonderful.
brother.
Thanks. Mike, I'm so glad you forced your way onto us, Mike. This was great.
I thought I got the link wrong. Matt gave me a time. I couldn't find it. I didn't know what was going on.
So
He wasn't
originally he's
sure
like,
what
"Can
time
I?"
zone it
It
was.
was like, "What? 7:00, right?" I'm like, "Wait, did I send him the link? I'm confused. Like, I got so many people." And then I was like, "No, it's."
He's like,
it
I got
worked out.
the invite yesterday, and I'm like, yeah, I'm in. And then I was just like, then it just didn't show up. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And so,
It's good. It's good.
It's
good
it's
stuff.
always good to see you guys, man. I really enjoy hanging out with this. We really are full of people, a lot of great people in our community.
Yeah, we
This is
thank
awesome.
everyone that tuned in and sent in their well wishes and all the different texts they put on there. And we wish all of you a Merry Christmas and or Happy Holidays.
Absolutely. Happy New Year coming up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm pushing it.